Did you guys have? And I debate using the word friend, but did you guys have quote unquote friends who would tell you to go to various website
God
URLs
damn it. Fuck
for it to be gay porn?
I didn't learn about it from a friend. I learned about it from Rooster Teeth.
Meat spin?
Yeah.
Meat spin.
Yep.
Ray Narvaez
know
Jr.
Meat
taught
Spin.
me Meat Spin.
I
No,
honestly-
I've never actually been shown it, but I've heard of it. I've just heard of it.
I think it's enough that you all know what it is, and you're not like, what the fuck are you talking about, Taylor? That honestly feels very validating.
Yeah, it wasn't cool enough to have those friends.
And
If Meat Spin is a sign of popularity, then...
whoa, no. I'm just.
Look, I wasn't even invited to the Pen 15 Club. Okay, like I have nothing.
Have you gone to Salad and Chips?
I haven't even heard of that one. Come on.
Oh, don't go to that one. Don't go to that one.
Mick's best friend was a grapefruit growing up. It was the whole thing.
My imagination is filled in all the blanks.
I just need to clarify that was 2 weeks in high school.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any bad memories. The
I don't know, it's not a bad memory at all. I love Gregory.
Is that like the noodle incident?
A little.
So basically, in for
this should be a cold open. I feel so bad.
Do you want to start recording?
I've been recording this whole time.
Thank God.
Cool.
All right, go for it then.
Anyway, yeah. So there's this one week, a friend of mine. I actually forget her name now.
Grapefruit.
I'm trying to think about it, but no. She was like, my mom packed me a grapefruit for lunch, but I don't want it. Does anyone want a grapefruit? And I'll be like, I'll have it. And she's like, you like grapefruit? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna befriend it. And then for the next 2 weeks, I brought a grapefruit with me all around school. I brought it to class. It had its own seat. Teachers, some of the teachers indulged me and checked it off on their attendance.
That's great.
I would love to see their fucking attendance sheets. Like,
I'm sure they just
feel
said it, and this isn't actually a thing.
Johnny,
but,
Mick, grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Hey, Mick. I say this with love and not at all in a means to be insulting, but what was the school's grade average that they had teachers who wouldn't immediately send you to the principal's office for giving a seat to a grapefruit? I've never known a teacher to be that cool.
I wanted to see because I wanted to see if I could find it. I just remembered I deleted my Facebook profile, so I no longer have the selfies I took.
Yes, we're free, Mick. We're free.
Mick, you say that, but the way I found out about Gregory was not because you told me. It was because on Facebook one time, on my suggested friends column, it came up, Gregory the Grapefruit.
Yes!
The picture of Gregory with you. And I'm like, and it said, one mutual friend, Mick Lasname. And I'm like, what was Mick up to with this shit? And I'm like, I never actually asked you about the details of it, but it just stuck in the back of my mind, and it finally came out just then, and I feel bad that it had to come out like this, Mick.
This is your first time hearing about it?
Well, I think that I've just sort of assumed, oh yeah, you made a grapefruit your friend. I didn't hear that. I don't think you ever told me the exact details of it.
Yeah, no. That's the fucking story.
That's exactly what I thought it would be. That was tremendous.
Yeah, exactly. Of course I made a Facebook profile for the grapefruit and everything.
But I'm like, I kind of want to friend him. I don't think I did. I think I chickened out. But I'm like, your grapefruit friend has a Facebook profile, and
cool,
this is the lives we lead.
Hope nobody fucks it.
Actually, hang on. Before we go any further, I do have one other story to tell. So, today, as I was coming back, today at work, there was an event on campus. And
the grapefruit incident.
No, this is totally unrelated. So my boss had told me that the marketing and communications people are kind of lazy and non-committal. I didn't quite appreciate how much so until I saw the sign they put up for the event today.
That's like the Office birthday fucking balloons.
That is a stock image if I've ever seen one.
This is 100% an actual photo I took.
I like how it's slightly tilted to the side, like it's about to fall over.
They had another one a few feet away with a arrow pointing to where the event was, but the arrow, it was the same exact sign, and someone with a blue ballpoint pen just drew an arrow.
Did you follow it?
I mean, I knew where the event was. So,
okay.
I still don't. I actually don't know what the
Are you
event
sure
was.
the arrow was pointing towards the event?
Yes, because I knew where it was.
Go to the
Because, like,
event.
why would you put two signs so close together? Maybe it was for a completely separate event.
They weren't
The event was a NBC TV show that was canceled only after 2 seasons.
It was a grapefruit orgy. I mean, Graham's thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go to event. We will be holding the ceremony. Be there at time.
Be there at time.
Have
try my
a
best.
day.
BYOB. Bite your open booze.
All right,
my
welcome
mouth
to the
is
Yearlies.
full of
All right,
laughs.
tomfoolery.
Oh,
I have to
that's gonna
redo
be, that's
that
a
'cause
fast one, Jordan. You have to
Why?
speed edit that one.
Okay, fine. I'll do it slower now. Hello and welcome to the Yearlies. There, it's not even
Leave
genuine.
a callback number. Press 5.
Yes, exactly.
Who the fuck is calling the
Yeah,
Yearlies?
okay.
What are you doing?
Were we able to get a sponsor this year?
Well, let me think of one. Shit.
Okay, so no.
I got one. Don't worry. I can
Cool. Mick, what's the sponsor?
This episode of the Yearlies has been brought to you by Broken Steering Wheels. Broken Steering Wheels, because you can't go wrong if you can only go right.
I love that.
That's a
cute,
great
I like
one.
that.
All right. So this is the Yearlies that represents the fateful year of 2002. We start these as usual by going around and talking about honorable mentions we have that didn't make the bracket from that year. Who wants to start?
I'd like to just go quickly.
All right, Nick.
This will be really quick. The only thing on my honorable mentions that I want to mention is Sonic Mega Collection, which has been disqualified for being a collection of other games
I
and
know,
not
but it's
actually
so
a game that
good.
came out
It's so good.
in 20.
I played it. It's fun.
Okay.
Is that the one with Sonic 3D Blast?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
It's not the only
And, like,
one.
other
A lot
games.
of collections have it.
Right,
Hold
it also
Did-
has
did it-
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
It
Yeah.
also has a collection of a bunch of the Archie comics.
That's
so
true.
hot.
Didn't
So
didn't
hot.
we?
Things you need.
Did we have like Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix or whatever? Isn't that like a compilation?
It has its
Not
own.
quite.
It has its own original games and its own like story mode.
And a
And
lot
they're
of
all
the
remastered. It's its own thing.
a lot of the
It's
original
technically
games.
unique.
A lot of the original games were remastered to be like new for the 3DS and stuff like
Graham,
that.
look at Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix like the retro tracks in a Mario Kart game. Like they're brought up for modern settings. Yeah, I like Sonic Mega Collection. What I don't like is that it's not one of the Sonic collections where you can like make quick saves, which I think would be very helpful. But it's got good games.
Coward.
Okay.
I'm
This
put it in
man-
the right same place.
Just play Sonic 3 where you always have saves.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mostly just played that one. And also to unlock Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you have to play the game 20 times. So what you end up doing is just launching the game and then quitting and waiting for the 30-second load screen to go back to the menu and then launching it again and then going back to the menu. It's a real deal because no one is going to play. It's weird to think about, but you're not going to play that game 20 times naturally.
Really stupid, actually, that they hid the best version of the game behind that fucking shit. Play Angel Island Revisited. It's really good. I'll go next since I just talked.
Yes, please.
Where's my honorable mentions? It's over here. So, for my honorable mentions, Super Mario Sunshine is already on the list. I put Toho Komakyo,
Soho.
the embodiment of Scarlet Devil, because I played this game this year after a couple years ago I played Toho Rhythm Carnival. And Toho Rhythm Carnival, I loved it so much that I was like, I have to see the source material for this. And, like, in terms of bullet hell shmups, you can't, like, Toho 6 is a perfectly serviceable place to start. I think I got more out of it than a lot of people because, like, I came from Rhythm Carnival, and I was like, oh my god, look at all these characters that I recognize in the music, oh my god. So, yeah, I would recommend it if you want to get into bullet hells. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland.
I should have repped this.
I've played a bit of Nightmare in Dreamland. I have not finished it.
Oh, really?
And I think it's a perfectly fine Kirby game. I think if I had to rank it in the better or latter half of Kirby games, I would put it in the latter. But I did have fun with it, and like Kirby games, it's got that simple gameplay, fun mini games, and an incredible final act. So all from the NES game. So
did you beat the original Kirby's Adventure?
No, I haven't played original Kirby's
You're
Adventure.
the Kirby guy? You haven't beaten any version of this game?
No, I don't have to.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm not. It's just it's weird.
I don't.
It's a little
I
strange.
definitely don't have to.
Nightmare in Dreamland is so good.
It is
It's my
pretty
first
good.
Kirby game.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. That's why I put it in my honorable mentions because it's good. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is on the bracket. Pac-Man
wow.
Fever.
Really?
Pac-Man Fever.
Dude.
People fucking hate this game.
It's not.
Can I-
Well,
Really quick,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, Christian convinced me to buy the game, so I
Yeah.
bought it, and I fucking hated it.
I remember we played it. I think we played it together like once, and the only thing we did the whole time was make fun of how Pac-Man walks between the spaces. Because he goes like as he goes between the spaces. It's
Great.
fucking stupid.
It's so good.
I love Pac-Man Fever, and I think I mostly, like 90% love Pac-Man Fever because of its aesthetic. I think it really mixes this sort of like console game with arcade aesthetic so well that I really think I want to do like a study on it one day and like really like deep dive into what makes like the UI and the design of this game so inherently nostalgic.
do you guys want to hear a dark story about Pac-Man Fever?
Sure.
Oh, God.
So, I feel like I can tell this because this was so long ago that it is in no way reflective of the person I am now, and I feel super fucking terrible that I did this. But one Hanukkah, I went to a friend's house. We celebrated, and for some reason, I really, really wanted him to give me his copy of Mario Party 5. I really couldn't let it go. I don't know why I was so annoying about it. He's like, I won't give you Mario Party 5, but you can borrow Pac-Man Fever. So I stole his copy of Mario Party 5.
Holy shit.
Pac-Man Fever was so fucking bad. You resorted to robbery.
I got caught 2 days later. I was severely punished. I gave it back. I felt really, really bad, and I will never do that again. Don't steal, especially if it's been influenced by Pac-Man Fever.
And especially
If you're
if
out
it's
there,
on this,
you're listening-
these
you're
8
listening to
nights. These 8 sacred nights.
He's a crazy nights.
I think it was.
Sorry.
It
You're
was
out
some.
there
It was
and-
some Jewish holiday. Might
That's
have
even
been
Some
worse.
Jewish
Hanukkah's like the
holiday.
least religious of all of them.
Yeah, kind of.
It doesn't have to. Listen, it was more about the excuse for us to all be together.
So Pac-Man Fever is pretty bad,
Yeah,
but I
what
really,
I'm-
really like it. I really, really love Pac-Man Fever, and I would take any excuse to play it again because I just think it's a really enjoyable, nostalgic time. Taylor had me play through most of Ratchet and Clank. I did not get around to finishing it. I know that the second time we play through this game is going to be far superior to the first time because
We're
I will
gonna
be
finish it.
what?
We're gonna finish it.
I because the next time
What
we play
machine would you be running that on?
an emulator probably. And I'm going to be much closer to my screen, so I'm going to be able to actually see what's happening, and that's going to make the game way
Good.
better.
An
So
overclocked PlayStation 2 is what he's playing it on.
yeah.
No, Graham is. I also stole Graham's PS.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
difference is Graham was expecting me to give it back, and then the pandemic.
Yeah, I still am.
Oh,
Nothing better happened to it.
It's all right, Graham. You can have my PS2.
And then finally, Pac-Man
No.
World 2 is at the back because I know Jordan put it on, and we'll talk about it later. I would have also put Sonic Mega Collection on if I had remembered it, because that's how I was exposed to Sonic 2 and 3. So, and 3D Blast! So, fucking, obviously a net win. But yeah, that's my honorable mentions.
All right.
By the way, for anyone listening at home, just to be clear, when I say long ago, I was like 12 or 13.
Long
So,
ago.
I hope I haven't let anybody down.
No. Not quite.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I hated me too for a little bit.
Anyway.
I'll go.
We're gonna
Yes.
lose views from the anti-stealing Super Mario Party 5
Yeah,
crowd.
the two of them are gonna go.
It's a really big demographic.
Yeah.
Oh no, our
The
reviewer.
the ASMP5C.
This is like there comes a time in your life, son, where you're gonna want to steal a copy of Mario Party 5.
Don't do it.
Clanky, when this video comes out, will you comment with this?
Oh my god.
ASMP5C, sure.
Oh
If I
god.
remember.
So, I'm gonna go backwards from my honorable mentions, because I was looking at 2002 games in advance just to get a feel for what I wanted to rep, and along the way, I saw this thing called Hurdy-Gurdy, which I've never played, and the only reason it caught my mind is because Hurdy-Gurdy is a very big running joke in our friend circle.
Oh
Because
my
one
God,
time
yeah.
Mick came to improv and did things with the hurdy-gurdy. So imagine my surprise when I looked at the fucking wacky plot of the hurdy-gurdy video game. The game begins with Gurdy attempting to wake his sleeping father, Master Herder Gurdon, who is going to be late for the annual herding competition. It is soon revealed that Gurdy's dad has been placed under a spell by the evil wizard Sadorf. Gurdy is determined to save his dad and the magical island they live on from Sadorf's evil rule. And it's just, I just found that so funny. And this box art is so weird.
I don't even
never-
mean I don't even mean to say this because it was originally like or the reason why we're infatuated with Hurdy-Gurdy is because of an improv sketch. The plot of that game sounds like a really bad improv sketch.
It honestly does, yes. It sounds like an ass cat gone wrong.
Also, I love how you explain it as Mick came in and did things with Hurdy.
I actually wasn't there for that sketch, so I can only imagine
So-
what happened.
The thing was that like a bunch of people, including Graham, I believe, were trying to get the band back together.
No, I know the context now.
back together, man.
And he used that voice, and it was really funny. And then
Yeah.
Mick was this band's hurdy-gurdy player, and he did something that sounded a little like this. And it was
but
great because he kept doing it.
Yeah. Anyways, I've never played it, but holy shit, am I curious. One thing I did play is from the same nostalgia crew of playing Nicktoons Racing on my computer. We have a Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron, where you are Jimmy Neutron and you're kidnapped by your evil twin, and he plans to fucking make poisonous soda. And it's a fucking really weird game. There's this robot named Herman who stalks you at one point. There's a part where Carl becomes Godzilla and you have to feed him hamburgers.
Oh my god.
There's another portion where they fucking entomb Jimmy Negatron entombs your parents.
Oh, Jimbo.
It's a trip. It's a really weird trip. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. It's a decent enough platformer. Probably doesn't hold up as well as I remember, but I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I also have a lot of nostalgia for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I maybe could have justified putting it on the bracket, but I feel like I've been talking about so many 3D platformers lately, and like I was like, all right, but listen, this one's in Australia. I feel like I could pitch the concept of Australia, and that would go so far.
I mean,
But I
I
felt-
personally, I also considered putting Ty on here. I actually forgot to include in my honorable mentions. But then I'm like, nah, I'd rather talk about Ty too.
Yeah. It's a collectathon platformer with a somewhat more linear design focus and a heavy emphasis on boomerangs. You throw a lot of different elemental boomerangs, and Australia. Everyone talks Australia.
Do they talk? Really?
They talk like Alabubu Johnson, Australian.
Graham. I
Hello,
just had such a
Johnson.
I had just had such a Graham moment.
What?
Something in my head was just like millennial ranks.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, that's actually all for me.
Okay.
I think Graham has one.
Yeah. The one thing that's on my compromise that isn't on the list is the Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man movie tie-in game. I almost put it. Yeah. It had you play as a melted butter version of Tobey Maguire. You have to fight a melted butter version of Willem Dafoe. Both of them voiced by the same people.
A stick of melted butter.
It's not open world like Spider-Man 2. It's like a level-based kind of thing.
I see why you didn't include it.
Is. Yeah. It was also I never had Spider-Man 2. I only had Spider-Man 1. For some reason, my parents just never got. My parents just never. My PS2 library is very weird.
They saw Spider-Man 1 and they were like, "All right, that's enough."
Yeah, I think when we were talking about this, they said we're not going to get him an open world. He might get lost.
Nowadays,
yeah,
it's like, why aren't I lost? Why aren't I lost?
Graham, I can't wait to meet your parents, and I guarantee they're like the picture I have in my head of who your parents are. It's gonna be nothing like the actual people, but
it's weird that you've been to my house, but you haven't met my parents.
Dang.
Yeah.
No one puts Eternal Darkness on their list.
Yeah, that was going to be my first one.
Yeah, because that's a big game, because that's like a lot of people consider that like the stepping stone from Nintendo into like baby game into not baby game. And
what's Eternal Darkness?
Eternal
You
Darkness
don't know
is the
Eternal
game.
Darkness?
It's the game that patented the sanity meter.
It's one of the few good games from Silicon Knights. Before they tried to sue everyone and got sued into oblivion.
I see.
Yeah,
So-
I've never heard of this game before.
Okay, so that's very fascinating, actually. Basically, it's a game where you have a sanity meter, and the more damage you take, the more the game will fuck with you. Like fourth wall fuck with you. Like it will mute your TV's volume. It will tell you that it's deleted your save file.
Oh, that's fantastic! I love this.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm very surprised.
I remember
I think you would love the game.
one of the things that like people were like, hold on, so was this losing sanity supposed to be bad? Because if your whole thing is like, oh well, I want to see all these weird things, I'm going to purposefully deplete my sanity. Doesn't that kind of defeat the point?
Well, I think it's more so when you play the first time, the game is naturally just difficult enough that you're going to experience enough of these regularly. I think it's a very much like a first experience thing. In fact, I think there might be some sort of new game plus feature, anyways. But yeah, no, honestly, biggest shock of the night that Mick doesn't know what this game is. I feel like this is right up his alley. It's like some people cite it as like the best GameCube game ever. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 came out. And I didn't like that one because
That
I
was
felt
the
like
one where the series started to go downhill.
I felt like they messed
Well,
with the
they'll go downhill
controls.
eventually. They're on skateboards.
Yeah. I never made it far that one because I felt like they messed with the controls. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That was a big one.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I liked Morrowind. I never beat Morrowind. I felt like I liked the world a lot, but the combat was weird.
Yeah,
It was like
every time I've tried to get into Morrowind, I'm just like, I can't.
if you level up well enough, it stops being an issue. But basically, it's like all of your attacks are decided by invisible dice rolls.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not turn based. It's still it's the same action combat of Morrowind. So it's like, oh, you strike your sword. Hang on, checking to see if that did damage, and eventually it always will. But yeah, I think it was still finding itself. There's a lot of weird shit with the spells. You can also do really silly shit, like you can get a scroll that makes you jump 10,000 feet in the air.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, and kill yourself.
So wait. So let me just see if I understand this correctly. So that means that between 2002 and 2012, they put out 3 different Elder Scrolls games, and from 2012 until 2022, they put out just Skyrim several more times. I understand why you guys are all mad about this. This is not good.
Well, I mean, I do agree with you. It's just it's like the further we get into the history of games, the longer it takes for them to make games. And I feel like it's like a little exaggerated to the point like we could take steps back and make smaller games to like feed a franchise a little bit.
The Elder Scrolls ones shouldn't be small. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the second like edit comes out, like oh hey, like yeah, this map is not gonna be like it's gonna be like around the same size as Skyrim. And people are gonna go, oh my god, they're so lazy, they fucking suck, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I kind of get it for Elder Scrolls because those are fucking huge games and you can't really make like a small one of those. I mean, they tried. They have that mobile game. What is it, Blades?
Yeah.
Which I've never played, but I hear it's like it's kind of that miniature thing. But yeah, played a little bit of Morrowind. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
I didn't even play them.
I played a ton of this one. It was one of the this is one of the ones where it's very different depending on if you play it on console versus playing it on PC. And it's always better on PC, and you can't really find a good copy of it on PC anymore. But the PS2 version's good too.
All right.
Oh wait, no, I had one to bring up.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I maybe I just have Stockholm syndrome, but I think Jet Set Radio Future looks really cool.
Really? You want to try again?
I think I'm down for round 2 of Pain.
Have you learned your... I mean, listen, I
learned my lesson. Jet Set Radio sucks. That's my lesson. I learned it.
No, that's what I mean. What I mean is you didn't like Jet Set Radio because you had some controller snags as well. So are you going to play this on the appropriate hardware?
No.
Okay. So, couple problems right off the bat.
I'm not buying a Dreamcast to play fucking Jet Set Radio Future. Fuck that.
It's not on the Dreamcast. It's on the Xbox.
I'm not buying an Xbox to play Jet Set Radio Future. It's not happening.
Why not? Microsoft really needs the money right now.
Yeah, no, they don't. They can die.
They're in a rut. They need you to buy their old Xbox consoles.
So I can play Halo Combat Evolved on inferior hardware? No,
yes.
thanks.
Come on, please.
So, or you can just set up your PC with like an Xbox controller.
That also
wasn't that the whole thing was like
Xbox controller.
So, I wanted to mention there is a game that came out. I have not played it. I've only seen people play it. And I wanted to talk about it. The Thing, the video game.
Oh yeah. The thing that like John Carpenter said, like, yeah, this is a canonical sequel.
He's in the game.
Yeah, he's in the game.
I'm John Carpenter, and I disavow all of this.
No, he allows all of this because
I'm John Carpenter. Do what you want.
It's a third-person shooter survival.
So, yeah. So the Thing is a it's a third-person shooter.
It's a thing.
What? Might be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a sequel to the movie, where you play as a special forces operative sent to investigate what happened to the research facility or whatever it's called. Like I said, it's a third-person shooter, but it's a weird third-person shooter. Where like
Jordan got the wrong memo.
Oh, what is that the thing?
It's the same.
Is it not? Wait, is it not this thing?
No, it's not this thing.
Is there another thing?
John Carpenter's the Thing.
It's a really scary movie that you wouldn't like, Taylor.
Yeah,
I already kind of find the original Thing a bit scary.
Then you're gonna hate the John Carpenter's Thing because it has intense body horror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor, I'll give you a rundown of the plot of The Thing. You know, Among Us? It's like that, but in Antarctica.
And but instead of like regular imposters, like, hey, you got me, I'm a guy. It's aliens that inhabit other people's bodies and turn them into horrific, eldritch creations.
Yeah.
Hooray!
But like the whole idea about the movie The Thing, it'll like pretend to be like one of the other people, and so you have. Yeah. And so, no one can trust each other.
Someone's a little sussy, if you will.
Yeah. That's incidentally why our Among Us server was originally known as Kurt Russell's Rough Weekend. Or something.
I remember those days.
I was there.
I don't think it was Rough Weekend. I think it was The Kurt Russell
I know
part.
for a while, it was Kurt Russell's Japanese practice.
Ooh.
I
Trouble in China.
One of my genuinely favorite lines of his is he just looks at like the final monster, which is like this giant column of like flesh. He has a thing of dynamite, and he goes, "And fuck
you too." If there's no further ado, can we go on to the brackets?
Ado.
Good, I hate
Ado?
it. Walk off with the
Ado.
ado.
All right, let's get
What
on
you
to
do about
the.
it?
All right, let's do the longest one first.
Do it.
Yeah, well, this one's a motherfucker right
Yeah,
here.
everyone knows this is the longest.
Yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts, which is a Graham pick, versus Super Mario Sunshine, which, after being a lot of people's honorable mentions, eventually became a Clanky pick. Who, dare I ask, wants to go
All
first?
right, no idea. I feel like we should all start first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just. Okay. I'm starting the timer now.
Kingdom Hearts is like a miracle of like several things coming together to happen. It only exists because Square Enix and like Disney shared an office in Japan. It was literally an elevator pitch, but yeah, you all know Kingdom Hearts, or at least are vaguely familiar with it.
Yes.
It has kind of a reputation for being like convoluted, and I think it kind of is, but also just kind of like a very just kind of go with the flow kind of game.
I would say that if you put character first, you can really appreciate the characters and still think the story is kind of dumb. But I feel like we Kingdom Hearts fans know that, and we accept that. We just don't want you telling us.
Yeah.
Hey, Death Stranding is one of my favorite games, so I if nothing else, live for confusion.
I haven't played Death Stranding, but I bet it makes more sense.
There's a decent chance of that.
This is like just like the presentation in this game is phenomenal. Just music, character designs, stages. There's always like some kind of like thrill to you're traversing through a Disney world as this spiky-haired anime kid. It's like there's such like a strange thing about it, and even better, you want to know what's the best part about Kingdom Hearts 1? There's no gimmicks.
There's no gimmicks.
He's nowhere in the game.
We don't have time to unpack this.
Some would argue that makes it worse, actually. But I am with Graham. The surrealism of taking this spiky-haired kid and like helping Alice from Alice in Wonderland, who's been framed for not murder but almost murder, and going to find evidence with the Cheshire Cat, fucking going to fight in the Olympus Coliseum, explaining friendship to Tarzan. It's the great. Listen, if Kingdom Hearts is the number one, if Smash is the ultimate crossover, then Kingdom Hearts is probably second place.
Yeah.
Like this exists is crazy. Some of the original Kingdom Hearts worlds aren't my favorite. I don't like Wonderland, and I don't like Atlanta. Atlantis. Atlanta. Which one?
I don't like Atlanta.
I can't believe Sora met Danny Glover.
No, actually, I think Atlanta's
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
I'm getting too old for this. Hi, I'm President Andrew Garfield, and I approve this.
I corrected myself immediately.
I think some of the Kingdom Hearts worlds are great and some of them are not, but I think the feeling of thwacking things with the Keyblade feels good from game to game. There's a great sense of challenge in this one. I think this is one of the only Kingdom Hearts games that has a good blend of Final Fantasy and Disney. But I gotta be honest, sometimes it loses me with the metaphors where you fucking talk to Cloud and he's like, I was lost in the darkness and I couldn't find the light. It's okay. I'm searching too for your light. Don't lose sight of it. And then yeah, I mean, basically, right? But I think it's great. I think there's so much charm with the original
Never
Kingdom Hearts.
says the line.
And I think it's definitely worth playing even today.
Okay.
It has Lance Bass as Sephiroth.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't do any like lines.
I don't
he only
think he
does
has
like
lines in the
vocal
first one.
effects.
Okay, good.
No, Lance Bass is doing the vocal effects, and like anything he says, like it won't fight him. He doesn't have any lines. It's even funnier. He's voiced by Superman in 2.
So I've never actually beaten Super Mario Sunshine. I think it's the only mainline Mario game I haven't beaten.
If we're starting Sunshine, can I start?
Sure.
Yes.
Alright.
So, Super Mario Sunshine isn't my favorite 3D Mario game, but it's still a damn good one. I really like a lot about the game, but for starters, it's the first Mario game with, like, actual voice acting.
Oh, yeah.
And then they never did it again.
Acknowledged too much, and for good reason, because, like, it was bad, I won't lie, but I appreciate the effort.
Says you.
I think Bowser I think Bowser sounds like the Cookie Monster, which is great. I think that
How dare you
Bowser
ruin my
Jr.'s
family
voice-
vacation?
Bowser Jr.'s voice makes me want to rip my ears out. But you know what?
Leave my
Besides,
mama
like,
alone, you bad man.
Yeah, but besides those two things, like Toadsworth, that is some top tier voice acting. When he goes, Mario, I'm very concerned about the well-being of the princess. It's like mwah, like that's the perfect voice.
Master Mario. Yeah, no, I think the voice acting is so endearing, and if they just stuck with it, I think that it could. Just imagine where we could be now if they didn't abandon voice
I agree.
acting.
Not with
I
Chris
agree.
Pratt,
I
that's for
think-
sure.
I think that they got a little bit too sensitive about how everyone made fun of it when they should have just kind of embraced that it was a little wacky and stupid.
I
But
still think
either
it's
way-
better than Final Fantasy X's voice acting.
But yeah, so the game itself introduces something called the Flood Pack, which is basically like this water jetpack that you have access to, and it like improves Mario's moveset like really, really well. Honestly, probably some of the best enhancements to Mario's moveset ever, and I am kind of including the Cappy from Odyssey in that because I just like the versatility of Flood. I really like everything that it can do. Its hover nozzle is really great for correcting little platforming mistakes. Its actual like shooting nozzle is great for the whole main mechanic of the game, which is cleaning up pollution because you get arrested and have to essentially do like community service to get yourself unarrested. It's super good. I also really love the setting. I like the idea that they basically ran with the fact that it's taking place in a tropical paradise. There's never really a couple of, dude, just fucking drive, okay, please. Sorry.
Not a lot of drivers
no.
in Delfino Plaza.
Well,
Yeah,
can I
dude,
say,
those Piantas are dicks.
like, can I actually say something? To that point, Clanky. It feels like a consistent place. Like it's not like, and here's the lava world, and you know,
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
like,
Until they take you to the lava world.
well, okay, no, but like, but that's the thing. It's not really a lava world per se. There's no like ice world. There's no desert world.
Sure.
It's instead, it's like, here's an amusement park. Here's a shipping dock. You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, you can believe that Delfino Plaza exists because, like, every area that you go to is a place that would exist in a tropical resort island. Maybe besides the volcano, but, you know, it's like an added touch.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite things about the stages that you had just brought up earlier is that, you know, I think every stage, if you go, like, to the bounds of that stage, like on the beach of each stage, you can see two of the previous stages you've been through already in the distance. Like, you look out from Bina Park and you can see Serena Beach, and it's like, holy shit, that's really, really cool.
And, not to mention this, it's the only Mario game with a reference to The Shining. Not the movie,
Yeah.
the book!
Yeah.
It's a bit that no one in the world seems to have noticed. At the end of the Shining book, a giant ghost manta ray flies over the Overlook Motel, and wouldn't you know it, the first level in the hotel level in a
Is fighting the manta ray.
is you're fighting manta rays in a ghost hotel.
Yeah, well, you fight it
Cool.
outside the hotel, to be fair.
But then, I mean, like in the level.
Yeah, no, of course. So Jordan, I know we're at time, but I need to say.
I know, but
more things.
we're beginning to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No. So I'm with Clanky. The flood controls, like I think controlling Flood is what kept me coming back to the game, and I kept wanting to start over to do my favorite levels. And like, I love when you can spray the water and then belly slide on it to make like a little water slide, which I always enjoy doing. There's a lot of fun like little nonsense move sets that you can do for just no other reason than just like that playful thing that everyone likes about Mario 64. And to that degree, I think that Mario Sunshine is incredibly playful. Where it loses me is I like the worlds a lot, and I like the setting. It seems to me for every like 3 good shines, there's one really bad one.
Yeah, I will say Mario
Pachinko.
Mario Sunshine is not a
Sandbird.
game.
Sandbird's not that bad.
Sunshine is not a game that you 100%. Mario Sunshine is a game that you play through and do everything you have to get to the final boss, and that's it.
But see,
Yeah.
I would say that even like, and most of that journey is good, but I would still say that there are like, I think the entire final level Pianta Village is way too hard, honestly.
The Chuckster secret is a nightmare.
I
So-
think I don't know why
Do
why
not
Chris-
say those words.
I have no idea why Christian just tried to defend Sandbird
because
that's
you
the most
are bad
nonsense
at
thing
video
I've ever
games, I
heard.
guess.
Wow. Wow, fuck you. That's like, I don't even know why you want to throw salty. Like, Clanky, come on. Sandbird.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Sandbird isn't that bad.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't even know.
I am going to come. I'm
Mick,
going
come
to
on.
try and mediate between the two of them. Sandbird fucking sucks. It's not Chuckster level though.
Chuckster level, we can all agree, is terrible.
And,
Chuckster sucks. Pachinko sucks. There are bad levels,
Pachinko
don't
does
get me
suck. We
wrong.
know that.
and I will say, I can understand why people would enjoy these, but I sometimes find the disconnect of not having the flood pack in those levels where they take it away. I understand why they're doing that to make it more challenging. I never really felt attached to those levels. I felt like this is Mario as he controls in Mario 64 without a long jump, but it still doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
it is also really odd for like a game to be like, okay, we're gonna have levels where we take away the main gimmick of the game.
Yeah. And then even later, like a bunch of the stars that are hidden are you go back to those levels and just do them again with the flood pack.
To be honest, aside from the Chuckster level, the secret levels are my favorite part of Sunshine.
I've actually heard a lot of people say that.
All
So
right, well, let's
I get it.
regardless.
let's wrap up because we are
We're in the 11th minute.
Yeah, we're going far.
So,
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay. This was a
all
big one.
right. I have to figure out the voting order. I'm going to say that Graham starts the voting. So it's going to go Graham, Taylor, Christian, Mick, Clanky. I feel like that's an order I use a lot, but I think it just works for this one. So
Okay.
Graham will start us off.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. So that brings us to Taylor.
Not sure yet. Come back to me.
All right, Christian.
Super Mario Sunshine.
I thought he was gonna yell Sandbird.
Sandbird.
Great. Mick.
So what is it? It's
1-1.
1-1. Come back to me.
Okay. Clanky.
It's Mario Sunshine, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I figured you'd go there. It's 2-1.
Yeah,
Taylor.
I'm ready. I think for me, I really do love both of these games. I think for me, the worst parts of Mario Sunshine are a little more offensive to me than the worst parts of Kingdom Hearts. And I've beaten Kingdom Hearts a handful of times, and I appreciate so much what Kingdom Hearts doing. I love Mario Sunshine, I really do, but Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, tied up.
I guess
Mick.
Kingdom Hearts doesn't
Yeah.
have a Sandbird.
So that is a respectable opinion. Had I grown up with a PlayStation and had been able to play a Kingdom Hearts game that wasn't one of the spin-offs, I might be totally with you.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I've not actually played Kingdom Hearts 1, so I'm gonna go for Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, no, this is probably the
Mario
correct spot.
Sunshine wins 3-2. We've gotten our tight as hell matchup out of the way.
Yeah. Got
Um,
round 8 done in round 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Possibly.
We go on to our next one, which is Sonic Advance, which is a Taylor pick, versus Everywhere Road Trip, which is a Christian pick. Who would like to go first?
Christian, explain what Everywhere Road Trip is, because I've never heard of it.
I would
He
love
intends
to
on doing
explain
so.
Everywhere Road Trip in 4 minutes or less. I'll just start
Okay.
right away.
Start.
This was the game I was most excited to pitch to all of you because I imagine none of you have heard of this. A quick history lesson. I'm going to make it very, very
I
quick.
saw it in your top 50.
It is in my top 50, actually. This game is actually part of the Korokyu series, a franchise that has basically never left Japan sans a few games. If you've heard of games like Penny Racers or Gadget Racers, those are Korokyu games. This is also a Korokyu game. However, this is not your average racing game filled with toy cars. As when you start this game, you're dropped into the first tiny town on a massive world map. Welcome to Peach Town. Your usual goal is to prepare yourself for the main races in each town and climb the rankings. However, why on earth would you start up the game and do the first race in Peach Town? No, fuck that. What you can do instead is take the parkway out of Peach Town and follow the highway over a bridge to Fuji City. Now, of course, you're going to stop and go into every single quick pick shop you find on the trip there, where you can pose your toy car over a wondrous PS2 landscape of the area you're in, like a photo booth for cars. And maybe you'll drive off the beaten path and encounter a minigame where you dodge fucking barrels. This is the joy of Road Trip. You can do a full loop around every town in the game minus one that's in the sky, and the game will not stop you at all. It won't stop you from driving into the middle of the desert and hunting UFOs, which are piloted by silver Audis. And it won't stop you from careening into the ocean and driving around the ocean floor where you encounter a mysterious black bus named Orpheus. But what's the point of all of this? Why avoid the racing portion of this game to go into any town you like and fuck around? What can you do in these towns? This is where I drop the bombshell and say that this game, Everywhere Road Trip, is the Yakuza of racing games. Every town has its own set of optional activities you can do. Here's just a list of a few of them. Not all of them, just a few of them. Obstacle courses, ski jumping, a sliding door race where you try to brake right before a small edge, beach flag, fishing, treasure hunting, rock climbing, soccer, curling, and golf, figure eight circuits, and gambling, where you play roulette and you, the car, is the roulette ball and you drive onto the wheel to stop it.
Why you like this game?
That's not even all the mini-games you can play, and it is far from all the things you can do, as this game gives you a 99-page stamp book filled to the brim with character interactions, extra goals for minigames, and absolutely strange, unexplainable phenomena, sort of like an achievement list. I haven't even gotten to talk about the city building part of the game, where you crash mercilessly into oncoming traffic to recruit them to your city, which grows and gains more buildings as you progress through the game. And the racing, too, this is a racing game! There are so many cars...
Oh yeah, amazing
This game
game.
sounds incredible.
There
I'm
are
not gonna
so
lie.
many car customizable options, and you need to consider which parts you use for a particular race on road, dust, sand, metal. Races can be anywhere, and you can even change the body of your car into a duck, among over 150 different alternatives which can be colored to your liking.
150 different ducks!
Exactly! Honestly, going through this game's wiki is such a ride, because I'm reminded of how much weird shit you can find that is hilarious to read off. Need I mention Gump? A car dedicated to driving more than 20,000 laps around your school's abandoned courtyard. And don't even get me started on the weird lake spirit that tests your honesty and gives you a car horn that sounds like heavenly bells. Or literally, actually, Santa Claus! But my favorite memory of this game is driving from the first town, Peach Town, all the way around the world back to Peach Town again, which took about 45 minutes usually, I think. All the while, the strangest, most nostalgic 90s elevator waiting room music is jamming hard through a radio filter straight to your car. And some moments can be awfully serene because of this. And that's it.
Wow.
Christian,
That is perfect.
that didn't sound like an actual game that exists. It sounded like a 6-year-old ate 3 pixie sticks at once and then just said, I need to tell you about my video game idea.
It's gotta be seen to be believed, Mick. It's gotta be seen to be believed.
I'm ready to vote.
Well, Sonic Advance.
No, I'm good. No, I listen. I kind of get the impression that Christian just won every single other person over.
Oh my god.
Which, to be honest, I was gonna bully him a little, but honestly, that does sound pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mm,
you want to
but,
save you want to
but
save
no.
Sonic Advance?
No. I'll say.
Okay.
Look, I won't
Yeah,
go too
win
far.
me over.
I want to know more about Sonic Advance, honestly.
Yeah.
Sonic.
I don't know
Well,
anything
so
about Sonic Advance.
okay, so I didn't grow up with the Genesis games. This was my first Sonic game, Sonic Advance. I didn't know that Sonic, like, I thought that Sonic originated on the Game Boy, and this was his first game. It's like, oh, this is Sonic and his pals, and they run really fast. For me, Sonic Advance is not a Sonic game; it's a Tails and Knuckles game. Because it taught me that I don't want to play as Sonic. I want to play as Tails and fly over everything. And then I want to play as Knuckles and see how fucking far I can glide over the entire stage. And, like, those were the best parts. And then I play as Amy, and she sucked!
How could you not like it? It's got Amy.
I always, like, made fun of her. Like, hey, you can't turn into a ball. You have a love hammer. You're a loser. I played this game all the time. I would play this game while I was getting my hair cut, and the hair would fall onto my Game Boy. I'm like, oh, I can navigate past the hair. I need to beat level 2. This was an infinitely replayable game to me. I beat it so many times as a kid. Not even collecting all the Chaos Emeralds. I just really liked replaying it. I will say it's the only Sonic Advance game where collecting the Chaos Emeralds is tolerable because you don't have to do bullshit to get to the Chaos Emeralds, even though the bonus stages themselves are not great. You just have to find a special spring. And I remember the first time I found it, I was like, oh shit, what's this weird thing? There's also a mini Chow Garden. It's not Sonic Adventure 2 levels of quality, but you can raise a Chow, play some games with him, feed him, and if you want, you can transfer him over to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And you can do the other way around. You can transfer your Sonic Adventure 2 battles over to Sonic Advance and, like, just raise your Chow on the go. So it's a portable Chow simulator as well if you don't care about Sonic Advance at all. That being said, I still think Sonic Advance is fun. I thought Eggman was this kooky little fucker. Every time you beat Eggman, he blows up. And I love it.
That's amazing.
He does that in Sonic 1 too. It's great.
And I love that. And I think the first 2 Sonic Advance games are great. The third one's not great. But I think this is a great starting point if you've never played a Sonic game before. I think it's a nostalgic game that still holds up very well, and I've had a great time with it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've heard nothing but good things about the Sonic Advance series, and I've always wanted to play.
Except for 3.
3 seemed interesting.
3 is like Knuckles Chaotix.
That makes me want to play it more. You don't understand. Like, that makes me want to play it so much more.
Yeah. Also,
Sonic Crackers.
Yeah. Most of the levels, by the way, most of the levels in Sonic Advance are good. I will say the last level, not good, bad.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're ready to vote then?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we may be ready to vote, and with time to spare as well. All
Unless
right.
anyone has some Sonic fun facts.
Sonic fun fact is that I was actually half expecting Everywhere Road Trip to be a secret Sonic game.
Fucking imagine.
I thought that was going to be the big twist kicker you were going to throw in.
The only time you ever see Sonic in a car is Sonic Drift. And Sonic Racing All-Stars Transform, whatever the fuck. Okay, what a bad joke.
All right, let's vote.
Cart. Graham goes first.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Wow. Taylor.
Listen, Christian won enough of you over that Everywhere Road Trip is going to win, and I'll let him have it. Sonic Advance, Everywhere Road Trip is nostalgic to him as Sonic Advance is nostalgic to me, and I'm not betraying my nostalgia for this game.
Okay, cool. Christian.
With much love and respect, because I really want to play Sonic Advance one day, maybe even sooner rather than later because of how obsessed I've been with the Sonic series lately. But Everywhere Road Trip.
Yeah. Mick.
I know what Sonic Advance is. I've seen gameplay. I know about it. Everywhere Road Trip, if I actually look into it and actually play it, it probably won't live up to what I've imagined in my head.
Oh yeah.
But even if it gets but like what I've imagined in my head is so.
You can live in ignorance until it betrays you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything I said is true, but like, yeah.
No, but then like you left out the part where like, oh, but it all controls terribly.
But yeah, so I'm voting for Everywhere Road Trip.
There's this chipmunk that yells at you in all the mini games.
No, it's only new wave, strange elevator music.
And Clanky for posterity.
Oh, dude, it's definitely Everywhere Road Trip. I'm so surprised that like I want to play this game really badly.
Yeah.
I'm so
Jesus
scared. I'm
Christ.
scared you guys are gonna play it and you're gonna be like, Christian, this sucks. And like,
Christian,
but look at all the
your
things.
salesmanship in that round was.
It was the best pitch I ever had. That was the best pitch I ever had. I'll never get that good.
It was.
Wow.
I agree. It was your best pitch.
Okay.
Also,
So up next.
remember, I played Frog Fractions, you guys.
Yes, you did, and it went really well.
We all know how well it went. Wink.
Yes.
Video link in
Yes,
the
yes,
corner.
yes.
Link in the description below.
Yes.
Please watch the video about me.
Yeah, it's a great one. Our next matchup is Super Monkey Ball 2, which is a Christian pick, versus Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which is a Clanky pick. Who would like to go first?
Can I start by appealing to Jordan, who doesn't get to vote?
Naturally.
If you'd like, sure.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for you.
I'm starting the timer.
Burt Reynolds is in this game.
Which one?
The Vice City. Sorry, I thought that was obvious.
I
You never know
think
it.
you'll
No.
find his name is
Honestly-
Turd Ferguson.
Honestly, you could tell me Burt Reynolds is in Monkey Ball. I wouldn't.
They
Ah.
stuck Burt Reynolds in a ball.
He's still in the bananas. Come on, AI, we gotta
Oh,
stop
it's
him.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dropping turds.
Anyway, please.
Clanky, I was really shocked to see you put Vice City on, because not only did I not know you were a GTA fan, but
Am I a GTA fan? I guess like only technically because I like GTA 5 and I like Vice City. But like I've never played another GTA game in my life besides those two. Back in the day, at my dad's house, who I visited like every other weekend or whatever, I had the GameCube, and that was like the holy grail for me. I loved that system. I loved all the games on it. But at my mom's house, my stepdad had a PS2. And it's not to say I didn't like the PS2. I still loved the PS2. But, like, obviously I couldn't fucking play Mario or whatever on that. So my stepdad was like, well, you can't play Mario. So here, 3-year-old Clanky, play Grand Theft Auto.
here, beat hookers with this baseball bat.
Yeah, for kids.
I remember as a kid, I didn't do any of the story stuff. What I would do is I would go to the gun store, I would get, like, snipers, and I would find people to shoot the heads off because I thought it was funny when their blood gushed out like a water fountain.
Fuck.
I also like that.
Yeah. So, and then apparently, according to my stepdad, he would watch me play the game and pick up hookers, and I would be like,
Good job, son.
What's going on here? And then he would be like, oh, Anthony, they're just like, going in the car and talking, and then they leave. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds about right. But
That's my boy.
Vice City is my nostalgia pick. I really like Vice City, but I don't like playing Vice City, if that makes sense. I rather playing like the missions and everything. Like I like going around in Vice City, doing whatever the fuck I want, and then putting the game down after like an hour or two of just doing nothing. It's one of those games where I do not play it as intended, or I don't play it like to beat it. I just play it to like have a good time, the same way I play like Gary's mod or something. But unfortunately, I don't have much more to say.
I can add a little.
I like the setting. I like the characters. There's a couple cutscenes that I did watch. I liked them, but yeah, that's really all I got.
So I actually did play the missions because I can't just go on a killing rampage for more than a few minutes without getting bored. And when you do missions, you unlock bigger tools to blow people up with. So I did play this, and old Grand Theft Auto is really hard for all the wrong reasons because there's no cover. You can't really control how quickly your health sinks. When you die, you lose every gun you have, and there are no checkpoints. So it's a struggle. I think GTA before GTA 4 can be a struggle, but when you pull things off in Vice City, I think you're well rewarded. One of the things I do really like about Vice City is you can get really into real estate, and you can buy a nightclub, and you can buy a porn actor's studio, and work to make porn,
Where they go in cars and talk to each other, right?
And you can go in cars and talk to each other. Sure.
They do that.
And there's this dude named Lance Vance, and he does the Lance Vance dance.
The
I'm not-
Danza, tap dance extravaganza.
Yeah, no, I didn't make that up. He's like, yeah, no,
Great.
I got enough of being called Lance Vance in school. It's a nostalgia thing, and it probably hasn't aged the best, but it is still like there are people who like GTA 3, and then Vice City came after it. I like Vice City more than I like GTA 3. I do like when I do earn things in Vice City. It's fun. Probably doesn't hold up the best, but I do think it's fun, and I think it was really cool that Clanky wanted to talk about it at all, even if he plays it that way.
Yeah.
Who
I
likes
think it's fun. I think it's a fun game.
who likes monkeys and balls? Anyone?
No, I
That's
love
all, folks.
I love monkey ball.
Personally, I'm a fan of Burt Reynolds in balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the ball.
That's what he
get me
is in the
banana.
ball.
I'm a monkey. I throw my feces. I can't really eject myself from the ball, so I'm in a pretty shitty position. But
Monkey
Yeah.
and the Bandit.
it's what we do. Did you know that Tom Sizemore was in GTA Vice City?
Let him pitch, please.
So Super Monkey Ball 2 is, I didn't write down anything for this, but like Super
Girls are
Monkey
gonna
Ball
do
2
monkey stuff all day.
is a game that is it's a game where you get some of the highest levels of satisfaction from actually completing a stage in Monkey Ball than most games, because of the way that Monkey Ball is like designed, the way that you have so many clutch moments so naturally, the fact that the stages are designed for you to either tiptoe your way through, tiptoe, or you just go fucking Mach 10, boom, just zoom through the whole level, and like you just clear it instantly because you're so good. You're just so good at video games, and like
I'm not.
neither am I, but like Super Monkey Ball 2 is a game that allows you to almost choose your difficulty organically, in that sense, where it's like hard difficulty is going fast. and
I think hard just means more levels.
well, obviously the hard in the game means more levels in that case, but the levels are so much fun to traverse because they're so, like, you know, from a Sega property, they are so speed based. But Monkey Ball combines going at high speeds with challenges that force you to manage your speed, as well as test you on like insane levels of like timing to like properly get through some of these nightmare hellscapes that you're in. There are some levels which are just like, you have these inexplicable tricks which you would have never really thought about, but like once seen in action, you're like, holy shit, that's pretty rad. It plays a lot like an arcade game. And I think it benefits from that arcade aesthetic, like, a lot, because it just had, as I talked about with Pac-Man Fever, I feel like the arcade aesthetic brings with it a lot of, like, inherent nostalgia, and, I think Super Monkey Ball 2 definitely has that packed. If you're comparing this to the original Monkey Ball 2, obviously, you know, it has the story mode, it has way more stages, brand new stages, of course. Yeah, the story's nothing to write home about. Who fucking
The
cares?
story is a baboon who's trying to fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad. But, like, getting an excuse to go through all the levels is really fun. And it is... One of the levels is in Dr. Badboon's hot tub. It's really strange. Yeah, I just think this is a game that is really... It really benefits from those who want to test themselves. And, you know, the level of improvement that you can show as you progress through a Monkey Ball game can be so strong. Like, one day you're only getting through level 1. Future days, you're up to level 4 flawlessly. I didn't lose any lives until level 20, and then stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it really benefits. I
think it's important, and I'll make this the last thing, to cite Monkey Ball 2's multiplayer as like one of the. It's a very good party game in my opinion. It has these 12 mini games that I didn't grow up with a ton of them, but what is there is a little game called Monkey Target, where you roll down a ramp really fast and then you glide out of the ball onto a target, and it's just a very the wind is soaring through your metaphorical hair feeling. And I played Monkey Target probably more than I actually played the Monkey Ball mode. I like the levels of Monkey Ball a lot. I'm not great at Monkey Ball, and I'd like to get better at Monkey Ball. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say that.
I'm glad you brought it up because I barely played any of the mini games. So
I wanted to bring it up really quick. I don't know if anyone would know the answer to this, but but how similar is Super Monkey Ball 2 to Banana Mania?
Well, Banana Mania is a remake of Monkey Ball 2.
Well, I know that, but I hear that like it's different physics-wise or whatever. So
I couldn't tell you until I played Banana Mania. I hear that I hear that it's a bit of an adjustment, but they both work.
Clanky launchers is still bullshit. Sorry. I killed him. I'm sorry.
All right.
I really hope he didn't get into a car accident from the rage.
Yeah,
of that.
no, sorry, I died real quick. No, I'm sorry. What's up?
I don't think he would mute himself and then get in a car accident.
Wait, what's up, Clanky?
Hang on, guys. I'm doing 80 in a 3-lane roundabout. I'm gonna do a hard left. Let me mute.
Clanky drives like he's playing Monkey Ball.
I wouldn't want the sound of the car crash to get in the way of the video.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It'd be hard to edit around.
But fair enough. Should we get to the vote?
We probably should. It is Graham's turn.
I've played some Super Monkey Ball, and I think it's fun. I think it's fine. But I feel like it's close. But I think at the end of the day, I'd probably have a bit more fun playing Vice City.
Mm-hmm. Taylor.
Yeah, Laszlo Jones is in this game. Dan Hauser's in this game. Yeah, Philip Michael, love that guy. Yeah, have a really good time with him. We go down to the bar, we grab ourselves a brewski. I'm like, hey, Philip, can you get me out of this ball, please? Thanks in here.
I can't tell what are you
Sure,
doing?
it's funny.
Who is Andre the Giant? I think for the same reason I voted for Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to say that I feel like the worst parts of Vice City are a little more offensive to me than the worst parts of Monkey Ball. And I feel like Monkey Ball 2 might be the best Monkey Ball game, and I know I can find a better GTA game. I really do like the real estate portion of GTA and raking in lots of money, but you also can't spend the money on anything other than more real estate. So you see how it's ethereal gains. I probably
you can't even spend it on hookers that can go in the car and talk to each other.
Well, actually, you can. But that only is funny for so long. I think I'll go Monkey Ball 2.
Okay, figured. Christian.
Taylor, I was about to fucking pack my bags. I was about to be like, Monkey Ball 2, see you later, dog. But you might have just single-handedly helped this game rise from defeat.
I wasn't positive I was going to vote for it, but I really like Monkey Target, and I like the levels of Monkey Ball. I have a lot of nostalgia for it.
Your decision may be very integral. I am voting for Super Monkey Ball 2.
Wow. Mick.
What's the score?
It's
2-1 Super Monkey Ball.
Come back to me.
All right. Clanky.
This is tough because I did really like Banana Mania. So I'm trying to determine if I should vote for Monkey Ball 2 based on the fact that I played Banana Mania or not. But I'll say Vice City.
Okay. It's back to you, Mick. It's all tied up.
Okay. I heard Clanky lower the window just now.
or erase it. I'm not sure.
So this is one of those times where I just genuinely don't care about either.
You strike me as a Monkey Ball fan. That's interesting.
Monkeys in balls.
Fuck it. I'll say Monkey Ball then.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe that worked.
It fucking works every time.
A strange way to get a win.
You look like you might like Monkey Ball. You're right.
To be honest, Mick, I took you for a Monkey Ball fan as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But then again, Christian took me for a Frogger guy.
They're not the same.
And I hate Frogger.
True.
Hey, before the next bracket, there's okay, so there were 2 different Metroid games in 2002?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow. Damn,
only
right.
only one of them was made by a studio in Japan.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely
Okay.
true.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And the other one was made by a studio founded by the guy who made the Guy game.
No, don't
Round
hurt me
4.
like this.
And by the way, Christian, I don't know how much you prepared, but I can't give you the full 4 minutes for Prime.
No, I'm not doing the full 4 minutes for Prime, but I would like to start.
Okay. Let Jordan
well,
do
I'd like to do the matchup. The matchup is Metroid Prime, which is a Christian pick, versus my wild card, Pac-Man World 2. Christian, I assume you're starting?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am starting the timer now.
So I'd like to start this by actually talking about Pac-Man World 2 briefly. Jordan, I totally get that you have a bit of apprehension towards the results of this vote, but let it be known that I also have a lot of fear in my heart for how this will go. Yeah. Pac-Man World 2 is a game that is deeply embedded in the hearts and minds of most of us here, and is both insanely nostalgic and incredibly well made. I'm not lying when I say I would vote for Pac-Man over every other game on this bracket, maybe except for Everywhere Road Trip. But now, I have to try and convince you all why Metroid Prime should be held as one of the best video games ever created, and should be up there with Into the Spider-Verse and Breaking Bad as the gold standard for the medium. Now, I won't go into everything, but I'll go into the main.
What medium?
Wait, wrong medium, Christian.
What medium?
Movies, shows, video games. That it was movies, shows, video games. That was the thing that was doing.
Okay, I see your point.
When you play Metroid Prime, you are dropped onto the planet Talon 4 and enter a room which has 4 doors, each of which you can enter and explore. This is the magic of Metroid Prime, being able to enter these wonderful environments, the snow of Phendrana Drifts, or the dystopian Phazon Mines, and having immediately multiple directions you can go. You can just go anywhere. You just go wherever you want. But what can you find? You can see new enemies to fight, E-tanks and missile tanks to increase your health and ammo, but most importantly, you may find one of the many wonderful power-ups in this game. Nothing sparks more joy than finding the ability to go into Morph Ball mode, or getting a new suit that's like immune to 50 different types of things that had previously damaged you, or being able to crawl across the funny train tracks on the ceiling. But the way beam upgrades are handled is the best of all, and I'll leave it at this. 4 beams for you to use. All available through a quick menu. All have different properties, like freezing, phasing through walls, or sucking in consumables. And you can switch these beams whenever you want. Once you obtain all 4, you can just be like, I'm not feeling the ice beam right now. Give me the plasma beam. Pew, pew, pew. I'm not feeling the plasma beam. Give me the wave beam. Pew, pew. And they're all immensely different in their properties. I will leave it at that for now.
I need to counter you a little bit, even though I love Metroid Prime, and I just need to say I think you're exaggerating with the amount of freedom this game gives you, because this is a Metroid game, and therefore certain pathways are locked to you, so you can't go in one direction far enough for it to really matter. If anything, the fact that it gives you 4 paths when only one path works until you find the correct power-up is more annoying, because the first time I played Metroid Prime, I got very, very lost, because the game didn't do a great job of guiding me in the correct direction. You need to know to look at the map and look at the exclamation points to go in the right direction. And when you're following directions, Metroid Prime is a fucking beast of a great game. I think Metroid Prime is one of the first-person shooters that taught me that I like first-person shooters. Because you can have a story-driven first-person shooter that has a good sense of self-progression versus multiplayer-based shooties, and you have the shooties, but I think it's done in a very good way, and it's got one of my favorite ways to do it, hiding lots of fun collectibles, which is great. Love Metroid Prime a ton. The end game's bad. We can't defend it.
We can't defend the Chozo artifacts. I totally understand it. That's the literally one bad thing about this video game. Is
and honestly, I might agree. There aren't a whole lot of problems with Metroid Prime. I think it's great. And honestly, I don't even know which one I'm voting for, Christian. It's not like you need to sell me. I mean, you have to sell Graham.
But because Graham put on Fusion. And I will say, Metroid Prime, compared to other Metroid games, I didn't really have the problem of getting lost, but Metroid Prime is actually on the more open-ended side of things compared to other Metroid games.
I disagree.
I disagree with your disagreement.
Okay. Well, we could go around in these circles if you want, but I don't think that would help anybody. I want to talk about Pac-Man World a little bit more.
Can I say one thing before you do? One thing. It'll be really quick. I just want to compliment Jordan on his wildcard picks from the 2000s on, because every single one of them has been a certified banger of a video game.
Thank you very much.
Every single one of them has been very good.
I've liked all of Jordan's wildcards except maybe Pokemon Go, and I want to regret The Sims, but The Sims was so much fun.
I'm saying from the 2000s on, every wildcard pick that Jordan put on would have been on my list if Jordan didn't put it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's partly why he does it. But I'm happy to.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I love the game.
So guys, do you remember Hanukkah?
Oh no.
L'chaim!
Pac-Man World 2 was my other Hanukkah game alongside Tony Hawk 3 when I got my PS2. So I sat down, I turned it on. I was introduced to this magical little world with Professor Pac. I learned how to butt bounce and rev roll. I beat some ghost machines, and then I got to like World 3, and the game got too hard, and I stopped playing. I didn't beat this game for like 15 years because this game gets really hard towards the end with some very bad boss fights and a couple of levels that aren't great. But when this game works, I think Pac-Man has such a fun moveset. And I think that's like one of the takeaways is like when you talk about 3D platformers, you talk about the levels and you talk about what you can collect. But Pac-Man is just genuinely fun to play as. The act of like butt bouncing, where you just bounce on your butt and you bounce onto these springs and the springs throwing you in other directions. It's a really great feeling. Then you rev roll, and in bosses it works great. Sometimes it doesn't. You don't connect the way you hope to, but it's still a very good feeling. And I have so many memories of this game, and the memories really never stop. Even as I go into adulthood, I find more people to connect with on it, and that creates so many good memories. I was rewatching the infamous episode 2 of our playthrough last week because still so happy the way that turned out. Yeah, I love this game, and I don't think it's the greatest video game ever made, but we're hitting really nostalgic territory with a lot of these, and I think Pac-Man World 2 is another nostalgic game that actually still lives up to all of its goodness.
Yeah, because like I said before about the whole PS2 GameCube situation, this was like the closest thing I had to like a Mario platformer at home, and it did not disappoint me at all as a kid. I loved that game so much as a child, and I continue to love it now.
Yeah, it frustrated me because I was bad at it.
Pac-Man World 2 did scar me for life because of fucking Clyde. Oh, sorry,
Clyde,
Blinky. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, Clyde.
Blinky.
Oh, sorry, Blinky.
Blinky.
This was my first ever video game for my first ever console.
Yes.
And I also never beat Clyde, but I would like replay it. Like I have like most of the music just burned into my memory.
Yes.
We all picked up like a...
I have to say, I'm apparently the only one here who only heard about Pac-Man World 2 when you people brought it up.
Yeah.
Fair,
You
fair.
people.
You
Okay.
people.
You
What do you
people.
mean, you
No
people?
need for names. Yeah, that's great. Unless Graham wants to say more about Pac-Man World 2, I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I put it on here because, I mean, you guys did a really, really good Let's Play of it. It seemed so compelling. It seemed like it had so many different kind of cool worlds. It seemed like a very nice little fun romp
It's
and
cozy.
a good use of the Pac-Man character and very good for the time. And I had fun watching and editing it.
Oh, and you can also collect tokens to unlock multiple Pac-Man arcade games. You can play the original, Miss Pac-Man, Pac Attack.
Yeah.
Except don't play Pac Attack.
I-
I think apparently it sucks.
I really want to like find and sit down with the person who's like, all right, let's turn Pac-Man into a 3D platformer.
Yes.
I don't know why you're surprised by that. Every other classic character was being turned into a 3D platformer.
Yeah. Donkey Kong, you know.
Not like Dig Dug. Not Bomberman.
Well, what I
Bomberman
hear
time.
is
I
now
would
we
say-
Yeah, Bomberman might have had one.
Bomberman, kind of.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Or-
Now we just need to make a Dig Dug
Galaga.
platformer, is what I'm hearing.
Galaga.
Mr. Driller.
Anyway,
When are they going to make a
Instead
Mario
of
platformer?
instead of just naming games, we should probably begin to
Yeah.
Yeah.
get to the vote. It is still your vote, Graham.
I mean, at the end of the day, I played Pac-Man World 2.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, man, I'm in the village, and there's this yellow guy, and he's eating dots, and I'm like, why are you eating the dots? And can you get me out of this ball?
Burt Reynolds in Pac-Man World 2.
I'm not sure actually. Come back to me.
Then don't do the gag answer. Christian.
I must have booted up and played Pac-Man World 2 like over 20 times over the course of my entire life. Like, honestly, like, I may have only finished it like a few times, but I must have booted up like almost 20 times. Metroid Prime, despite only being in my life for around like a year or so,
A little longer.
has been getting really close to matching that number in just a year that Pac-Man World 2 has been doing in my entire life. So, you know, however this vote goes, let's just know that I voted for Metroid Prime.
Of course. Mick.
Metroid Prime.
Okay. Clanky.
You see, if I played Metroid Prime, then I'd probably be voting for it. But unfortunately, I never did, so I'm voting for Pac-Man.
The vote is 2-2. Taylor. Buddy. Pal.
Guy.
Friend.
I'm not your buddy,
Companion.
guy.
Yes.
It's tough because
Yeah, of course.
I've played Pac-Man World 2 so many times, and I've only played through all of Metroid Prime once. And like, if I played Metroid Prime as many times as I played Pac-Man World 2, it would probably be easily Metroid Prime, and that's what's holding me back here. Is like, because I feel like I'm so nostalgic for Pac-Man World 2 that it's actually blinding me to what might be a better game. But I think I'm gonna need to replay Metroid Prime again to know where it stands. Whereas I know where Pac-Man World 2 stands right now, and I don't feel great about it. But
Ouch.
Pac-Man World 2. Future Taylor is confused right now, and I don't blame him.
Well, present Jordan loves you for that, so it's okay.
Everywhere Road Trip walked, so
Future
Metroid
Taylor
Prime could
versus
die.
present Jordan.
Everywhere Road Trip is the only one so far that get a 4-1. Everything else has gotten 3-2.
Yeah.
So
And it came at a steep cost.
Christian, that was one of the hardest ones for me.
No,
honestly.
I understand. I'm not happy about it, but I understand.
I think if we didn't do that playthrough, it might have been an easier decision.
I should have done a playthrough of Metroid fucking Prime.
you could go back and do that.
So, next round.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, next round we have Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, which is I believe, yes, it's a Mick pick, versus Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus, which is a Clanky pick.
May I start by asking either Mick or Clanky to start, because I know so much about Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus, and what I really want is to hear Mick and Clanky describe their feelings for it, because that's going to make me feel good.
Can I talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 first?
Oh.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, you might as well. Starting now.
The greatest roller coaster designing game ever made.
Uh-huh.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, but better.
Yeah.
Because it has
I haven't played it, but yeah.
so much. Like, it's Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Like, Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 feels like it feels like a demo for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is an insane game. I don't even know how to begin to describe it.
Kill people.
But that's not even it. All right, you can do that, but so let me first say this about Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and why it's a fascinating game. Does anyone want to tell me what programming language Roller Coaster Tycoon was programmed in?
Binary.
You are so close.
Binary.
Assembly?
Yes.
What
Assembly.
the fuck?
The game is insane. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is a game in which you get to build your dream roller coaster park.
Yeah.
It has I don't even know how to describe the art style. It's not like pixels. It's not like
It's like if you pulled a CRPG back even further.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. You build these amusement parks, and there's like a lot of video games of this time. It's got this somewhat sort of dark atmosphere about it. Like, not in the sense that like there's anything like actually dark about it, but just like the way the game is set up. I don't know. This is getting away from me. Point being, I'd almost be willing to say I think I may have spent more time playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 than any other video game in my entire life. I have no numbers to back that up. I'm just going based on childhood memories.
Kill people.
Look, yes, you can get people. People can get killed in your park because you like destroy them on a roller coaster, or you make the Ferris wheel go. You can make the Ferris wheel go 90 miles an hour and shit. Okay, but like honestly, I never really did that when I was a kid, and so I have no fond memories of killing people. I have fond memories.
As everyone should.
I hope so.
I have fond memories of making the bathroom $50 and surrounding it with lemonade stands.
That's a form of
that
torture.
I have fond memories of. All right. I have fond memories of trying to recreate actual amusement parks I'd been to in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
I think you can just do Six Flags. I think they have like Six Flags maps.
I know, and I've never been to a Six Flags park, so that's not what I was.
We have to change that. Holy shit!
I was doing shit. Yeah, I was doing shit like trying to recreate Adventureland through my Long Island homies out there.
Let's go on the Jungle Cruise ride.
That is not what we mean, unfortunately.
He's gone. He's gone.
Can I say a couple Roller Coaster Tycoon things?
Sure.
You'd like.
I haven't played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but I feel pretty safe in saying if you played Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, you by proxy played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. If you've played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, have you played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2?
No, I feel like the engine of 1 and 2 are the same, essentially. Only Roller Coaster Tycoon has more stuff.
Yeah, no, that is exactly like
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is an expansion pack before expansion packs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good expansion pack.
I get what you mean about the dark atmosphere, Mick, because when you start your park, you're in the blank wilderness. There's no one there. There's no music. It's just silence. And it's not really until you start buying like your music, your carnival attractions, and the music starts picking up. Up until then, it's just like there's this weird lonely space where you're like, well, it's me alone, and I need to make $10 million. But what I think I had a phase. I had a Roller Coaster Tycoon phase where every time I would beat a game, I would need to like do a map of Roller Coaster Tycoon because I loved carefully crafting. I liked crafting the parks. I liked like here's this board and it's like this it's this weird kind of 3-dimensional jigsaw puzzle where it's like see how you can snap all of the attractions into place. In a way that this all fits, and you amass money, and continue charging people more than they can actually afford, and just like sitting there and watching numbers accrue is a really good feeling. I really do enjoy it. I'd like to. Listen. I could talk about Sly Cooper a ton, but I always talk about the 3D platformers. And Sly Cooper, I mean, listen, Sly Cooper might be one of the most important franchises to me ever, and I just want to hear other people describe it.
Okay, so I can start then. So I put Sly Cooper on the list before I actually played it, because it's a game that I've been so interested in playing, and I made it my goal to try to beat the game before this Yearlies. Unfortunately, I didn't get to beat it, but I did get up to the second world, so at least I was able to like play it. What I will say is I thought the game was a lot more stealth-based than I thought it was going to be. Or rather, a lot less stealth-based, because I was expecting, it's about a thief going around stealing shit. Like, I assumed I was going to be doing a lot of stealth, and I don't. Or you don't really do it a lot. And honestly, it's to the game's benefit, because the platforming is very fun. I like how you unlock the I like how you unlock the different moves by unlocking like the safes in the level, and like those safes are like parts of the Thievius Racoonus, which is like the whole book you're trying to like make. I think like world building is very good. I really like the characters. Sly and Bentley are great. Murray, I've gone from tolerating him to fucking hating him. And it's
Give it a
solely-
game. Give it
it's
one
solely-
game.
It's solely because his levels suck. I
Yes.
hated the racing level. I hated
You didn't
the
love
escort
the
mission
racing level?
No, the racing level made me want to pull my fucking
No,
teeth out.
of course. I know. I'm kidding.
Getting beaten
Yeah.
by
It's hell
the
on earth.
wooden
Yeah.
jalopy.
I'm glad that I'm not alone in that, because I'm like, maybe I'm just bad. But then
No,
I looked
no.
online and everyone was complaining about it, so I was like, okay, thank
Absolutely.
God.
No.
But yeah, I think it's a good game. I think it's fun, and I enjoy it a lot. I didn't know that Roller Coaster Tycoon came out this year, so this is going to be a very difficult vote for me.
Mick, do you want
but
to say
that's-
anything about
That's really all I have to say.
I mean, Clanky kind of said all of my thoughts. I was looking forward to more stealth. There wasn't as much.
So-
Yeah.
What I'll say is for both of you.
No, I
Sly
know
Cooper,
that
but I'll say it for Clanky
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Is just Sly Cooper is the odd one out. Sly Cooper is the most platformy based one, the most levelly platformy 3D kookiness. When you get to 2, it becomes it still is a platformer, and the platforming is still good, but it goes for a more mission based approach, and it will be to the game's benefit. It's going to feel a little weird. But I actually played Sly 2 first. I bought Sly 1, and Sly 2 was in the box.
What a treat!
I read the Sly manual. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Sly 1, Sly 2. Oh, I guess I'm playing Sly 2.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because Sly 2 is great. And I think all of your problems with the characters will be fixed, Clanky. The one thing I need to call out about Sly that I fucking adore are the Saturday morning cartoon cutscenes as Sly narrates each level as though it's an episode.
The style of this game is incredible.
I lived for that shit. When I was a kid, I would do one episode a day, and then as I'm going down to the basement to fire up the game, I'd be like, previously on Sly Cooper, and I thought it was really cool and funny, and nobody was around to hear it. But I am so nostalgic for this. I think the bosses are a lot of fun in this one. I like the pattern-based nature of them. I think they have a lot of cool personalities. I think the finale of this game is great, and it's my least favorite Sly game. So so that I can say this much nice stuff is a testament to the quality of the Sly franchise.
Great. All right. Anything else need to be said, or can we get to the vote?
Yeah, man. There's this raccoon, and he's stealing things, and I'm like, why are you stealing all those things, man? It's like you're collecting glue bottles, and also, can you get me out of this ball?
I was
Still
actually
there. Never let him
Taylor.
out.
Taylor, you're so good because I was gonna go. Okay, Taylor, you're up first. Rule of threes, go. But you already went. You beat me to it.
Oh, am I first?
You are actually.
Okay, so
Yeah, man.
well, if I did that when you give me my vote, whatever I did that on, and you would tell me that's what my vote is, and I didn't want to let
Yeah.
you down, so I'm like, all right, I gotta beat him. I gotta beat him before my vote. All right,
Yeah.
come on, Norm. I mean, Bert. I mean,
Yeah.
Norm. I mean, Bert. Doesn't matter
Bert
if they're
Norm.
both dead. No, that's not fair. Cut that
Yeah.
out.
It's okay. No, I'm gonna keep it in. It's a good joke.
So again, I haven't played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but I believe I played it, and I have to ask myself, if I'm playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, I need to block out enough time to play Roller Coaster Tycoon. I need to be able to sit down and be like, all right, I need 3 hours to build a theme park real quick. In those same 3 hours, I could probably play through most of Sly. And the question is do I like the weakest Sly more than what is probably the best Roller Coaster Tycoon? And I think I know, because Sly can do, I love this game. I love this game. And what I'm about to do is honestly a betrayal to myself. But I feel like I can vote for the best Roller Coaster Tycoon over the weakest Sly game this time. I think I think this is a today thing. I think it's like, you know what? I haven't played Roller Coaster Tycoon in a while, and I just enjoy thinking about it. Because when I sit down and play Roller Coaster Tycoon, I get really sucked in. It's a very addictive experience, and I think it is something that is difficult to recreate in other things. And I think Sly Cooper is a unique enough 3D platformer, but the Slys I really like playing are 2 and 3. And I like this one too, but there's probably more value in playing Roller Coaster Tycoon nowadays, even if it's the second one that I haven't played.
Okay.
So I'll give it to Roller Coaster today.
Wow. All right, Christian.
So I have a lot of proxy exposure to both of these games. However, with much love and respect to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus, my history with Roller Coaster Tycoon is much, much stronger. So I have to go with Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Wow. And we go to Mick.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Clanky.
I'm giving it to Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Graham.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Woo! Let's go!
I was not expecting this.
No, me neither. Because I put Sly on here, so I'm like, I should have voted for it. But I don't know. I really like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Wow. I did not call it. Well done.
All right, here we go. It's time.
Okay.
It's the round we've all been waiting for.
Yes, folks.
Every year there's one of these.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is a classic 2002 game versus a classic 2002 game.
Yes, because we have Hamtaro, Ham Hams Unite, which is a Taylor pick, versus something exactly like that game, Resident Evil, which is a Graham pick. Who wants to go first?
Please.
Okay, Taylor. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'm going to commend Graham because he did it correctly. He picked the correct remake. This is a remake. This is a remake with value. It deserves to be on here. Absolutely. I will defend its right to be here, even though I don't like it. But that's neither here nor there. It's Hamtaro time, motherfuckers. Do you guys know what Hamtaro is? I gotta ask.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm asking everyone. I need you to answer me.
I am familiar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mick, couldn't be more enthused, I see. All right, listen, here's the deal.
He's so excited.
I purposely tried to say that as unenthused as possible.
I got it. When I was a kid, my grandparents decided to get me and my cousin video games. And because I was the older one, I got the big adult game. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. But my cousin got Hamtaro, Ham Hams Unite, and I only played that one because it was so much better. What the fuck is his problem is what you're all thinking about. Why is he doing this? This is such a stupid joke. No. Because Hamtaro, Ham Hams Unite is secretly a point-and-click adventure game on the Game Boy Color. You're at your clubhouse, your boss Hamster, who is a coal miner, wants to throw a little bit of a party, has a special surprise, but all your friends are gone. You need to go to the various hamster-themed locations and get them. But hang on, I need to teach you the language of hamsters. So he gives you this book with all of these special words, and your goal is to use these words to learn new words to eventually find the correct combination to solve the puzzles to recruit each individual hamster. Now, there are a couple of different instances. You can go to the school and find the hamster that looks like a panda who's working on a machine. You can go to the grocery store and continuously get conned by a snake oil salesman. But most often, you'll just go up to people and tackle them. And generally, tackling them will usually lead to new words for you to learn. And it sounds silly, but if you can get into the spirit of a point-and-click game where you need to run around maps, figuring out the correct combination, when to use what, you will actually have a delightful time with this game. And if you say no to the snake oil salesman, he'll fucking throw a tantrum. He'll fucking get on his back and go, buy it from me, buy it from me, buy it from me, buy it from me, buy it from me. This is how I got into Hamtaro the show. And the show's not bad if you like hamsters.
It's like you take all the humans out of hamsters. I wish one person would ask me questions. I really do. I get why all of you are so silent. Like this,
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
like, please, like, let me, just pretend for my sake to care even a little bit. All right, sure, Resident Evil's Resident Evil, but Resident Evil requires items to save your progress. Hamtaro doesn't do that.
You know what, Taylor? I'll give you one thing. I will give you one thing in this. I find the Hamtaro language fascinating.
Ham,
It is.
ha, piff, piff, dig, dig, tack, you.
I have memorized one word, and it's sleep peas. I am going to sleepy.
Yes, yes, this game is so cute and fun and like, I'm not joking. I love this game. All right, go ahead. We can vote. We don't even need to talk about Resident Evil.
Well, it might help.
So just a question. Graham, this is the GameCube remake, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's all I need to know.
Mhm.
But continue
Yeah,
to
this
describe
is-
it anyway for future
This
rounds.
is the GameCube remake of Resident Evil, which compared to, I think it's one of like the greatest things that show just how quickly games have like developed. Is it's not really that long of a time between the first game and this game, and it is such like a night and day like difference. Resident Evil, you are in a house. The house has evil things in it.
But how many hamsters are there?
More than you would think.
Do they have their own language?
Maybe.
They
Doesn't
have their
everyone?
own top 40 hit.
There's a giant snake named Yawn.
Wait, it has a name?
Yeah, his name's Yawn.
Did they name the
Everything
giant spider?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. This added Lisa Trevor into the game, which is like one of the most tragic figures that's in from that era of gaming.
And one of the most
They
horrifying,
added they added this is where the Crimson Heads came in, which are such a great way of just escalating horror.
I did not know the Crimson Heads were not
Yeah.
in the original. That's interesting.
No, yeah. I did a playthrough of this. This was the first Resident Evil game that like I ever like fully like played through. I did Jill play through because she's easier. It's just like a beautifully made remake. It's basically someone was the same team behind it. Just you don't really see a lot of remakes where it's just the same team that worked on the first one just come back and make the game again, just with better hardware. Yeah, like the music also is like so good. Like the save room theme is like I would like love to like see that performed live or something.
Resident Evil always has
Mhm.
great save room themes.
Yes.
As a remake, I will absolutely commend this game because I see what it's working with. And to be fair, this game actually loses something because the original is hilarious. And then this game is like, oh, we're going to take all those hilarious lines and make them serious. I'm like, chill sandwich.
Well, kind of.
Don't
No.
open that door.
Yeah, but so here's my thing, right? And this is not in relation to Hamtaro, even though I do think it's better. But what I am saying is, I played Resident Evil 4 first because I had no interest in playing Resident Evil, but everyone's like, 4 is one of the greatest games ever made. You need to play it. And I played it. I'm like, I get it. Okay, you know what? I'm a Resident Evil fan now. I'm gonna play all of them. I'm gonna start with this one. And I played it, and it's just listen. It's the controls. I can't. It's the controls combined with the camera that like I understand are supposed to aid in feeling helpless and trapped, and like that's why they restrict your saves to make you feel tense. But it doesn't work for me the way it works for other people. I don't feel scared. I feel frustrated, and I get lost very easily. It's very.
I would say the point of the controls are not to like make you feel scared. The point of the controls are to make sure you never feel comfortable.
Yeah, but that doesn't work for me. I want to feel comfortable when I play a game. I want to feel like I'm in control. I want to feel good. Like I can't even line up my shots to hit zombies correctly. So I'm just like, it doesn't even feel good to shoot things. That it's better to just avoid shit altogether. I don't feel like I feel like when I'm playing Resident Evil, I'm fighting it. I'm in this battle to just explore the mansion. The mansion's cool, and I'm sure a lot of people appreciate the non-linearity. I liked Resident Evil 4's linearity, so when I went back to this and like you have all this limited item space, there's just so many inconvenient things about Resident Evil that everybody loves the game for those things that I'm like, no, I hate everything about this, and I don't feel like this is a comfortable game, and I don't feel like it's aiding in the fear. I think it's just commending frustration because I don't even think Resident Evil is all that scary to begin with until 7, and I'm a pansy. I absolutely respect it, and I totally get like how classic and nostalgic is, and yeah, as a remake, sure. I just can't. I just can't get into it.
We're all ready to vote?
Yep.
It appears so. Taylor, it is your vote.
Hamsters. Can you get me out of this ball? Hamtaro.
Oh my god. Christian.
Resident Evil.
Okay. Mick.
Come back to me.
Okay.
Really?
I would have never
Okay.
fucking guessed, huh?
No, it's more just about McKnight not like Resident Evil.
That's enough, Graham. I thought the hatred for Hamtaro would be greater. Who's next?
Is it my vote?
Yes.
Got it. Sorry, I didn't hear you, Jordan. You know what? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and assume, based on these two games, that I am going to enjoy Hamtaro Ham-Hams Unite more than Resident Evil. So
We did it, gang.
my vote is going to be for Hamtaro Ham-Hams Unite.
Clanky, best friend over here. Oh, dude, what are you doing later? Do you want to get some soda?
I gotta go to bed after this because.
Oh, that's it. All right. Wow. It's okay, man. You know what? You do you.
Okay.
My bro, my pal.
Graham.
Resident Evil.
Figured. We're all tied up. Mick.
Fuck it, it'll be funny. Hamtaro, Ham-Hams Unite.
Nick, my bro, my pal, my dude. What are you doing later? You want to get some soda? Oh my God, what the fuck happened? No, Wario Land 4 couldn't get more than one vote, but Hamtaro Ham-Hams Unite beats Resident Evil. Let's go.
Like, Mick makes an excellent point. It is very funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Incredibly funny.
It's
I don't
hilarious.
Like,
Fair.
I'll be honest, I had to go to the bathroom. I missed the entire discussion.
Let's go.
I know nothing about either of these games.
Hamtaro is a GB
No.
color.
Look, it's too late for you.
It's too late for you.
It's too late for all of us.
Oh man.
That's rough.
Oh, Graham, I'm sorry.
This
I'm
bathroom
not-
break
this is the
changed
best-
the course of history.
This is the best day ever.
Okay, moving swiftly forward. We have
I don't think I knew what happiness was until this moment.
all
For Hamtaro's Ham-Hams Unite.
It's a great game, and you agree with me.
I'm floored. Anyway, the next matchup is Metroid Fusion, which is a Graham pick, not to be confused with Metroid Prime, versus Age of Mythology, which is a Mick pick. Who would like to go first?
Could I tell a story?
If you'd like, starting the timer now.
Okay. So, it was my first sleepaway camp.
Oh,
The
no.
year was 2003 or 2. I don't remember. I was a kid. Everyone is playing Game Boy Advance games. And by far, the biggest deal to everybody who isn't Taylor is Metroid Fusion. And I don't get it. I never got it. I didn't understand what Metroid's deal was. All I knew is that everybody was mean to me because I didn't like it. It's like, he plays Mario, what a loser. And then, like, there's this one kid who's super horny for Samus. Like, oh, dude, Samus is so fucking hot. I'm like, what? What? Excuse me? Oh, yeah, dude, out of the suit. I'm like, okay, I don't have time to unpack this. I'm a kid. I'm Taylor. But then one day, the camp's copy of Metroid Fusion goes missing. And everyone assumes I stole it.
because Taylor never liked Metroid Fusion. He took it. He took Metroid Fusion away from us. I'm like,
He has a record. He took Mario Party 5. He has a record.
Oh, I was worried we weren't gonna have any bits in this game.
Taylor
but
the
here it
fucking
is.
robber.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't convince you guys. And they're like, all right, look, whatever. We'll get a spare copy on layaway, which essentially means we're going to the next bunk over and be like, hey, can we play your copy of Metroid Fusion? And they're like, fine. And all the while they think I stole it. We're at the dining hall one day. We're all sitting by the table. This guy, who's very clearly 5 years older than all of us, comes up. He's like, hey, are you cabin B or whatever cabin we were? I'm like, yeah. I think this belongs to you. I found it in the trash 7 yards away. Someone, and it was Metroid Fusion. Someone just found this copy of Metroid Fusion in the garbage. And
he wasn't necessarily vindicated, because if he did steal it and he didn't want it, he just hated the game, he would have thrown it in the garbage.
So all of that made me hate Metroid Fusion. Then a year later, I played my first Metroid game. And then it all made sense.
Mm.
Yeah. I should steal more copies of this game.
It was you.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I swear.
That's what I'll say.
But I will say, playing Metroid Fusion was a great experience. I like Zero Mission a little more, but I think that they have a great atmosphere in this one. I think the X-Parasites are a really cool design thing, where you just collect these little blobs. I think the game is like, for a Game Boy game, it's eerie in a really cool way. Yeah, it was really more about the story, because I just was going to say Metroid Fusion is a good Metroid game, but you all know what Metroid is. I don't really need to explain Metroid Fusion. But I like it.
Yeah. Graham, real quick.
Metroid.
Graham, you put it up. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I haven't finished it, but like I play this on my 3DS because I got for the ambassador program. I really enjoyed it. Like, I think, like they always said, the atmosphere is great. Just any shots of the one of the main of SAX, which is just like Samus, just with like wide eyes. It's like a very you don't see a lot of unsettling images in Nintendo games, and I think like Metroid is such like a unique Nintendo franchise.
Nightmare, the boss Nightmare.
I never reached Nightmare.
Yeah. I will say
right,
Metroid. Actually, no, Mick, go. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's 4 minutes, and I want to talk about a game because I don't think any of you, except possibly Graham, know what this game is. Graham, am I right or am I wrong?
I think I have a vague idea. It's like an RTS,
cool. So
right?
I got a what?
It's like an RTS, correct? With
Yeah, cool. So I'm going to the explanation. So, Age of Mythology is a spin-off of the Age of Empires franchise, which is a real-time strategy game. What sets Age of Mythology apart from the rest of the Age of Empires franchise is that rather than being an RTS aping a specific and certain period in world history, Age of Mythology instead sets itself in the mythic past of three cultures who kind of represent like I guess we could broadly call the three most commonly recognizable world mythologies, meaning the Greeks, the Egyptians, and the Norse. For the most part, the game functions like a normal RTS. In addition to the normal resources, food, wood, gold, etc., the game has another resource called favor, which represents how much favor your empire has with the gods, so to speak. And each of the three different cultures has a different way that they gain favor. The Greeks gain it by tasking villagers to worship at temples. The Egyptians gain it passively by simply by building monuments, and simply having the monuments grants favor from the gods. And then the Norse gain it for every point of damage they inflict. And using using favor, you can summon different mythological creatures from your temple buildings. Each time you advance your empire in an age, you choose a new god to add to your pantheon, and through that you gain a new creature that you can summon at your temples, and it also allows you to invoke a god power, which can be anything from earthquakes, plague of locusts, pulling a Macbeth and turning an entire forest into an army of trees that just like, but rather than like, oh, they're catapults, no, like the trees just uproot themselves and like fling their like roots like tentacles. It's hilarious. Anyway.
I know Jordan ended in a Mick when he said Macbeth.
Yes, I did.
How do we never think of that ever?
Because Jordan's so smart and we're all so dumb.
I'm really good.
Anyway.
SMRT.
But something I do want to make a special mention of is the main campaign. It is an RTS game. And so you might not associate it with storylines, characters, voice acting.
You're right, I don't.
Age of Mythology has probably one of my favorite video game storylines. It is a masterpiece of camp.
That's wild.
I want you like.
What does that mean?
Camp, like silly.
It is
not like the bunk copy was stolen.
Yeah, so it's like the best way I would describe it is like it has that sort of feel of like the most sort of like, you know, the like Jason and the Argonauts is sort of like classic golden age of Hollywood, like epics where there's something slightly over the top and not quite real about everything.
Yeah.
And it's got that kind of feel. It's got that kind of feel to it. Graham, you would love this game for the voice acting alone. There are no well-known voice actors, but for some reason there are characters in it that I just feel like you are going to fall in love with. The plot line, and I know we're running out of time, so I'll just do this quickly. The premise of the game is the premise of the campaign is that the main character is Arcantos, who is the admiral of Atlantis. And,
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. And the what's it called again?
Sorry.
It's okay. It was great.
The leading theocrats of Atlantis order Arcantos to represent the Atlantean army by bringing troops to support the Greeks who are at the moment in the middle of their siege of the city of Troy. Long story short, too late. Things spiral from there as there are hidden forces conspiring to unleash the Titans once again and bring about Ragnarok. Because remember, this is like Greek, Egyptian, and Norse mythology all interacting in the same universe, and just simultaneously rubbing shoulders. And you know, the game you start in Greece, then you go to Egypt, then you go to the Norse lands before finally returning to Atlantis, and you bring up you get this full team. Graham, when you play it, you're going to love the villain first of all.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil anything. He's amazing. His voice is great, everything. But the other character I think you would love is Ajax. He has that voice, Graham, that you do when you need to make like a character. Like, let me try to. I'm gonna do an impression. I'm gonna do an impression of an actual. I'm gonna do an impression of an actual conversation that happens in the game. Odysseus has just suggested that they should build a giant wooden horse.
Oh yes.
Ajax's response is as follows: "I don't understand. Will it fight?"
Is Ajax's name John Marston?
John Marston.
I could go on. I love this game. I probably have more fond memories of it than anything else. Oh, one last thing I want to say. Yeah. The soundtrack, all the song titles in the soundtrack. So you know how usually sometimes when you're saving file names, you just give it a stupid name so that you remember what file it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just released the soundtrack with the placeholder names,
Oh,
and
you
so
have
the
to
main
share
title
it,
theme,
yeah.
the main title theme is entitled "A Cat Named Mittens."
Well, now we know what the episode's going to be called.
That's a
Named
great
Mittens.
episode name. That's a fantastic episode
Yeah, I
name.
think we have to now. Anything else?
I think I've said my piece.
Yeah, and I'm ready to
Okay.
vote.
Alrighty. Taylor, we start with you.
Tony Danza. So
So,
you did a good pitch in terms of being able to explain the lore of Age of Mythology, but I don't feel like I learned a lot about what the game is. And also, unfortunately, your entire pitch reminded me of the 9th grade, and I didn't enjoy the 9th grade because you said Odysseus, and that fucked with me. So I'm
Okay.
voting for Metroid Fusion.
Okay.
I also
hold me
just
closer,
like
Tony
Metroid
Dams.
Fusion more, and you knew this. You knew I was voting for Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So I'm not
I mean, to be fair, you did just exclusively pitch to Graham.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually trying to that, but like the thing is, like
That's what it came off.
Graham is the only one here, with the exception of Clanky, who I think is into and I don't actually even know about Clanky, but I think Graham is the only one here who like even would consider playing at RTS.
It's fine. If you look at bracket 15, that's a sign of both of our camaraderie for each other today.
Fair enough.
So
Christian.
Metroid Fusion.
With much love and respect to Age of Mythology,
Just vote for Metroid Fusion.
I want to explain why I am voting for Metroid Fusion. Because I have been probably infatuated with the idea of playing Metroid Fusion for almost like 10 to 12 years. And that is why I am voting for Metroid Fusion.
Right. We go to Mick. Well,
Age of Mythology.
yeah. Clanky.
You know, I was back and forth for a while, and at the end of the day, I'm giving it to Age of Mythology.
Ooh. Tied it up for Graham.
Fortunately, I've played Metroid Fusion, so I'm gonna have to vote for that.
3-2 Metroid
I didn't
Fusion.
expect Clanky to vote for it, honestly.
Well, it's still.
Yeah, you know, I've never really... I've come to realize that I've never actually played a Metroid game before. Like, actually
true.
sat down and played it all the way through.
But the first one's going to be Prime, because we're going to make it so.
Oh, okay. Well, sure.
No, play whatever you want. It's
Yeah.
We'll play Prime someday.
And the final matchup of the first round is, in my opinion, a pretty cool one. Godzilla Destroy All Monster Melee, which is a Mick pick, versus Mario Party 4, not 5, which he stole, which is a Taylor pick.
May I start if Taylor and Mick do not want to start?
I might want to,
I'd
but
to start,
like,
but I
Then I don't go. Yeah, you both want to start. I don't go.
I'll start.
I tell you what,
I-
Mick, I tell you what, it cancels each other out. If we both want to start, then let Christian go.
That's a good point. Good point.
It's
Christian,
okay,
go.
but I'm deciding what game we talk about first, I guess.
All right, go.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is a very important game for me. Because this game, this fucking video game, it probably made me more angry than any other video game I have ever played in my
This is
entire
that
life.
game.
The single player of this game is so abominable that I would constantly find myself in like hit stun against fucking Desotroya, and I would get so mad that I would open up my GameCube, take out the disc, and throw it across the room like a frisbee in front of my entire family who's watching me play.
It's true. It is garbage.
So, and you know what? I'm voting for Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Because I love this game.
That's
but
not okay.
it's not up to me to talk about Godzilla.
That's not cool.
I love Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. I think it's a fucking blast. It introduced me to a franchise that I now hold very dearly to my heart and want to get more into. And as a fighting game, I think it's like super duper unique. Yeah.
And bad, apparently.
But again, it's not up to me to keep talking about it.
So I'd like just to continue on that. So, why is this a bad game?
Please, no, don't Dark Souls do this.
No, I'm not
begging
going
you.
to. I am going to. This is actually going to pour. This is actually going to like feed into what I love about the game. The game, the way the game controls, it controls like you are controlling a person wearing an incredibly restrictive and tight rubber suit.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's true.
It doesn't feel like you're controlling Godzilla. It doesn't feel like you're controlling Rodan. It doesn't feel like you're controlling Mechagodzilla. It feels like you're controlling the guy in the suit.
Oh my god.
Running around an incredibly well put together, but still nevertheless tiny set where buildings weigh literally nothing. It feels so much like you are actually playing a Godzilla movie.
Whoa.
In the sense that it is slightly, but like one of the sort of like the mid-period Godzilla, not like most of the recent ones, not like a lot of the earlier ones, but in that middle period,
The one where
things
it's
got goofy.
the one where it's
Yes.
Godzilla versus Biollante. That physics.
Okay,
Hey, Sayera.
Yeah.
I guess that's more specific, yeah.
yeah. So like,
Yeah.
it's like this is, and like when you're playing the game, you forget all about that. Especially, so I should say actually, like the story mode is like most fighting game story modes. It's not really all it's cracked up to be, and it's not cracked up to be much. This game is not a game meant to be played like for fun.
Period.
Like,
Wow.
hang on, I literally be careful about that. It is one of those games that you do not go in and say, I want to have a totally reasonable time.
Wow.
I want to play a fighting game where
Have a bad time.
No, you don't have a bad time. Because if you play it with another person, you have a great time.
I know
And you want to know why? Because it's actually a lot like Mario Party. There's bullshit. But there's bullshit. But it's the kind of bullshit that you and your friends are laughing at because of how bullshit it is. Like the
You know
fact
what else you
that
have
I
a great
can't,
time when you
for
play
the
it with other
life of me, get anywhere close to the person playing Mechagodzilla because of the fucking lasers and rockets, and I can't move closer because I don't have any ranged attacks.
It's so
I'm
bullshit.
gonna be so fucking annoyed when Godzilla wins. Here's the deal. If Mario Party 2 is my childhood, then Mario Party 4 is my puberty.
Ew.
Weren't you in like second grade?
Let me think. Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't necessarily play it the year it came out. I played.
Oh,
well, that's the thing.
I see.
I played Mario Party 4 over the course of many years because it was my go-to
I see your
GameCube
point.
game.
Fair enough.
It's
fair enough.
I would this was the game I would bring to Florida to grab my cousins, and we would play, and they all had their favorite mini games. They would get really fucking competitive with some of them. They were obsessed with Mario Medley, and I never understood the appeal of that one. But what I do understand the appeal of is the theme of Mario Party 4. This is when I recognized that, all of the Mario Parties are trying to do a thing. Like, Mario Party 2's theme is acting, and Mario Party 3's theme is toys. Mario Party 4's theme is birthdays, which I think is a very humble thing. If you play the story mode, it's your birthday, and you go around to the various boards, and when you play a single-player game by yourself, you win, and then the NPCs are like, hey, I was going to give you a present, but I don't want to unless you beat me in a minigame. And you beat them in a minigame, and you get this little dollhouse for each individual character. Every character gets their own little dollhouse with their own with their own shit. Like Waluigi gets a chair, and Yoshi gets an egg. Wario gets a hamburger, and Bowser always gives a Bowser-themed item because he's selfish.
There's a lot of chaos to Mario Party 4, as you all know. But one of the things I like about it is how many secrets are packed into each board, because there's not just board events, there's also mini events. One of Mario Party 4's big themes is making yourself big and squashing people, or making yourself small and going through little pipes. And going through the little pipes generally leads to a mini game, in which you do a little bonus thing for coins. And it took me a long time to get to those, because I didn't entirely understand what the purpose was. But it's like, oh, there are all these cool things hidden on the board. I think a lot of the boards are really great in scenic designs. Goomba's Greedy Gala is my favorite Mario Party board, because it is a gambling board where you can rig the system. You can bribe the Goomba to give you what you want, and I like being able to bribe people. You can go to Toad's Place, which is a carnival. I like carnivals. You can go to Shy Guy's Place and give a statue depression. I have fond memories of all of the boards. I think there's a lot of random chaos to a lot, but I feel like that's part of playing Mario Party. So if you feel like the dice just weren't with you, that's Mario Party. And I love a lot of the mini games. Book Squirm is great. There's this one where you need to escape from from slime. Playing basketball. A lot of the battle games are cool, like catching butterflies. I mean, Bowser's Big Blast is here, but whatever. I mean, that's a good thing for you guys, I'm sure. And at the end of the day, like, this is other than Mario Party 2. This is the Mario Party. I'm like, hey, folks, it's time. Let's sit down. Let's have a good time. And we always have a good time. This is how I met people in my first college. This was just a good bonding exercise, and I didn't steal this one.
You owned it legally.
Yeah. This is a bad bit. I don't want the bit to be Taylor steals.
But it's
Taylor and
funny.
Thievius Racoonus.
No.
I really don't want to.
As long as you guys don't look down at me.
Oh, of course
No,
not. It's
we
a
don't.
bit. It's a silly little bit. Whatever.
Okay.
Dude, I stole baseball cards once. We've all
I
been there.
stole Clanky's copy of Pikmin for like 8 years.
True. It's so true.
Awesome.
I once stole some of Christian's peach iced tea, and then I got my comeuppance when it turned out I was actually vodka.
And Taylor, I've stolen your fries.
I once just stole Christian.
One other thing I forgot to mention is there's this little place in Mario Party 4 called the Extra Room, and you can just play volleyball, and it's really fun. But more importantly, there's this game called Doors of Doom.
Oh my god.
And all you have to do is pick left or right. You're just calling a theoretical coin flip over and over and over again. And I have never gotten past 2 doors.
Did you know that if you make it to door 34, both doors are
just
Bowser?
ends.
Yeah, both doors are Bowser and you lose.
Which is already statistically impossible. It's not statistically impossible.
one of the most statistically impossible events in any video game.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll send you the I'll send you the thing in a bit. I love Mario Party 4. I would like to believe that a lot of you love Mario Party 4. Hopefully,
Yes, Mario Party
maybe
games,
Clanky's a Mario Party elitist and this isn't one of his favorites. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not assuming that.
You can assume it. I'm not a big fan of Mario Party 4. I have a lot of grievances with it. I think that its mini games are very strong, but I think it has some of the worst board selection in any Mario Party game. I think that the roster is kind of bland. It didn't improve anything that 3 did, which ultimately doesn't matter for a Mario Party.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
But I mean, it matters to me at the very least.
Right.
I like being able to select characters, and I hate all the items. Items mean a lot to me in Mario Party, and I feel like Mario Party 4 has some of the worst item balancing.
I think the items are good. I mean,
The Mini and Mega Mushrooms are really, really, I don't think they're great inclusions, the Mini and Mega Mushrooms.
Yeah,
I think they're...
I agree. And the game relies so much on them that it makes it kind of not fun for me. I don't think Mario Party 4 is bad. I just definitely think it's one of the weaker Mario Parties in my eyes.
I hope you'll still vote for it, because I think you can still derive so much pleasure out of any Mario Party experience, and I think Mario Party 4 is still in the era of good Mario Party. And even if I like it more than everybody else, I still think it's great.
I'm ready to vote.
Do you want to play a game where the roster? You want to talk about character selection, right?
I don't.
I'm pitching to you a game with 8 lizards.
Yeah, well, I
8
can play a game
lizards,
with 12
2
Goku.
bugs.
I'm gonna tell both of you, my vote's already decided, so
Okay.
I would tell you not to continue.
We're 4 minutes over, so.
All right. Taylor goes first. I wonder what you're voting for.
Mario Party.
Yeah, no, I was being sarcastic. I knew what you were voting for.
Can't believe you didn't know, Jordan. Jeez, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what, guys? I don't want you to
That's
host
rough.
anymore.
Damn. That's
Wow.
rough. All over Mario.
All right,
Party
Graham,
4.
get the mic.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing. Mario Party 4 has a lottery shop where you can just pay 5 coins to gamble, and it's the best thing ever because you just spin a wheel and you get a colored ball, and the gold sometimes the ball is gold, and then you just get 100 coins, and it's awesome, and I love it. And they have scratch cards, and gambling is great. Gamble, do it.
The bingo gambling is my favorite part of Mario Party 4. I love that
Yeah.
part.
All right.
You love games. You love
Yeah.
parts where you can gamble. Christian.
Of course, yeah. Roulette, but you're the ball. Drive onto the wheel. But one quick thing I'll say about Godzilla. I meant to bring this up earlier. I think Godzilla is just a great fan service game as well for people of the franchise. I love how they disambiguate 2 different characters between 90s Godzilla and 2000 Godzilla. It's just 2 bipedal lizards. Who cares? But no, I care. I care a lot. So it's like
There were originally going to be 4.
Exactly.
But in Mario Party 4, you can try and find Waluigi's penis.
But you can play as Rodan.
I'm voting for Godzilla.
No.
Of course you are.
Geigen is in Story on Monsters
Yes,
Daily, right?
yes, he is. It was my
Okay,
first
good.
exposure to Geigen. I thought he was fucking
Yes.
badass. Oh.
All right, Mick. I know what you're voting for.
Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah.
I can play as
Clanky.
Rodan.
Clanky.
Yeah. Sorry, Taylor. It's Godzilla.
You're not sorry.
I am.
And Graham.
I mean, Geigen is just the best thing humanity's ever created.
It's true,
So
it's
I'm
true.
going
I
to
mean, he's
vote.
no Rodan, but I'll
No,
allow it.
Sorry,
We
Mick.
have-
Me
The
and
first
Graham,
the first monster to make Godzilla bleed.
me and
I'm gonna
Graham are
pick
Geigen stands.
I mean,
okay?
considering that the only thing that's been said is that this is a bad game, is like that Mario Party 4 couldn't get one other vote is the hurtful thing. That
We
it can't be a
literally
2 to
said
3.
plenty of
Maybe
good
if
things.
Mario Party 4 had Geigen in it, then maybe
Geigen.
it would be different.
And then
Have you played it?
Rodan and his brother Radon.
It's like you boot up Mario Party 4, and it's like you see Waluigi, Donkey Kong, Daisy, and then a giant fucking monster next to them.
Nick's gonna make it now.
We have the models. We have the technology.
Kingdom Hearts versus Sonic Advance. Anything further to say about either of these?
I fucking love
Um,
Sonic the Hedgehog, dude. Like, I fucking love Sonic, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's fucking...
I also want to just say that I think the sprite work on Sonic Advance is stellar. I think it is such a flashy, colorful, good-looking game. But so is Kingdom Hearts, honestly, in 3D. I love seeing all the Disney characters. I love whacking three-dimensional Jafar.
If we
Fair.
didn't already have 2 other great possible titles, I would have said 3D whacking Jafar.
I think one of the cool things about Kingdom Hearts is how it tries to recreate a Disney story with the inclusion of Sora and friends. So it's like, hey, we're going to tell the story of Aladdin, but this time the Cave of Wonders comes to life and tries to kill you.
Yeah.
And Dan Castellaneta is the genie.
Don't hurt.
Tends to be.
Do not
Marge!
hurt.
Please, Marsh, leave all the savings to the professional. You get 3 wishes. My first is to smell smart correctly. My second is to eat donuts. And my third is to stop doing the Hans Molman meme.
You get 2 out of 3.
Actually, there's an alternate universe where we didn't get Robin Williams to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man.
That's what's sad.
Well, I tried.
We were just on it. We were just on it.
Yeah, no, this is my fault, honestly.
You brought it up.
Completely
You brought it on yourself.
Completely my fault.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
Mick, you're going to play Kingdom Hearts 1, right?
Who knows at this point? I want to, but you know.
Christian, you're going to play Kingdom Hearts 1, right?
I don't think I'm gonna like it as much as any Sonic game.
Clanky, you're going to play Kingdom Hearts 1, right?
I fucking hate
Hey,
Kingdom Hearts,
whoa,
dude.
whoa, hang on a minute. Hang on. Hey, Christian, we need to unpack something.
Okay.
You think that you are going to like any Sonic game more than Kingdom Hearts?
Look, I played Sonic 3D Blast, and that game is the bee's knees, and everyone
Wow.
fucking hates it. So it's fucking no.
No.
I have full confidence.
All right. Let's vote.
Mick.
Come back to me.
Wait, is it Mick or would it be Christian?
Oh wait, no, it would have been Christian. Okay, Christian. Well, all right.
love Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right.
Sonic Advance.
Hang on a minute.
Well, we know we're skipping Mick.
I just did an actual spit take. Hang on a minute.
I assume we're coming back to you.
I just spit all over the floor. Hang
Oh
on.
god, I'm sorry. Oh no.
No.
Fuck. It'll give Mick a minute.
It was
Okay.
water, so it's not that big of a deal.
Can't believe
Still.
Christian fucking gagged Mick.
Can I go on to Clanky or?
Sure, we might as well do the
Yeah.
other votes, yeah.
Yeah. Sonic Advance.
Mm-hmm. Grim.
When you walk away, you won't hear me say.
I love that Sonic the Hedgehog song.
You
Thank
don't know
for
that.
telling me what he was voting for.
You don't know that it's not. He's voting for Kingdom Hearts. That's a key.
I know. No, that was I did by precedent.
I'm voting for the franchise with better music.
You take that the fuck back. Graham, I'm coming over to your fucking house, right? Goddamn, no, you take that back.
Okay. Taylor, I think I know what you're voting for.
I don't understand what the whole big deal is about this fucking mouse, and how he loses his shirt just to preserve continuity. I hope Goofy swears in this one.
Yuck.
So.
I will vote for Kingdom Hearts, but if Sonic Advance wins, that's fine.
Okay, Mick.
I am going to vote for the game in the franchise, which has a theme song that includes the phrase "Fuck the pain away."
Yes!
Sonic Advance.
Yes!
Which one?
Yes!
Sonic Frontiers.
Yes! Oh, Vandalize is so good! Oh my god, it's so good!
Fuck
Wow.
the pain away.
My
did
bed
not
is in
think-
ruins.
Wait,
You
let's-
in my veins don't know how you do
Oh
it.
wait, hang on a second. Did Kingdom Hearts just die in round one losers?
It literally did, and I
Yeah.
Actually,
As it should.
Listen,
Mikey, I got no beef
we're
with you, man.
about
You don't
to
need
see.
you don't need
like-
to rub salt in it.
Like I got.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
yeah.
look
This
at
is
look at
revenge for. This is long-awaited revenge for Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's been too long.
I feel like
Like-
you find revenge with me every year, though. Like it's like at a certain point you have to just run out of revenge. And also, for the billionth time, I love that game.
It's still lost.
Also, I
I'm with
want to
Taylor.
say
It would have been
some,
a boring Yearlies if it had won.
I also
No,
I
it's
just
a
have to
good
say
game.
we have like some like for some reason like a lot of the big heavy hitters are in losers round 1, and round 2 is like with a few exceptions. It's
Round two is perfect, Mick. Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
I've got my eyes on a few things.
All right.
See what's up.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto Vice City versus Metroid Prime. Anything
Okay.
further to say about these?
It was fun in games for a while. Does anyone have any questions about Metroid Prime? I just love talking about the game.
How's your speedrun going?
I never took that off the field, but I did play through the game several times and made it up to the second boss quite a few times. Learned a bunch of strats for like making boss fights way faster. Like every single boss in the game has a method that you can use to speed up its phases, and it's like it allows you to basically be like, oh, I know how to fight such and such. I'll just use a power bomb here and blow up his legs. Fuck it, you know. It's like, and there we go. But yeah, I want to get into the speedrunning, and if I do ever end up speedrunning, Metroid Prime will be first. It's just I can't speedrun right now.
How many hookers can you kill? All right, I'm gonna know who I'm voting for.
All
You know
right.
what? I don't want you voting for Metroid Prime anyway.
That's not true.
Christian. Christian, it's your vote if we are getting into it.
I have to emotionally prepare myself for if something happens right now. So while you all are voting, I'm going to be doing deep breathing exercises. Metroid Prime.
Okay. Mick.
Metroid Prime.
Okay. Clanky.
Can you come back to me?
Of course I can. Graham.
Metroid Prime.
See?
Okay,
Nothing happened.
let's go.
Taylor.
Christian, do you want me to vote for Vice City? It seemed like you wanted me to.
Well, you don't have to
Now
vote for
it
Metroid Prime now.
Now
You
it
don't
doesn't
have
Oh,
to
I
vote.
know this would have been a lot better if it wasn't 3 already.
Yeah.
But I think I was always gonna vote for Metroid Prime.
Okay. And back to Clanky.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't matter, then I'll vote for Grand Theft Auto. I'll give it the pity vote.
4
No drum fill.
Metroid Prime for top 4. Metroid Prime for top 4. Metroid Prime for top
All right.
4.
Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus versus Resident Evil. Anything to say about these?
How delightful. We have a guest. The only thing is, I hate unexpected guests!
It's the frog from Wizard 101. It's the Storm Professor. It's him.
It's Bowser. They redesigned
It's
him.
Slouser!
Okay, enough.
What you said about the character chemistry in Sly Cooper, Clanky, I'm so glad you love that because it's only going to get better. It really is going to get so much better.
Like, I think
Yeah, I
everyone
mean,
says Sly 1 is the worst.
Apparently, Murr gets a lobotomy in between the games, and he's like just a totally different person.
I thought you said Murr, and I was like, what happened to Impractical Jokers?
Well, no, he gains courage, Mick.
Oh, so he's the Cowardly Lion.
I was just gonna make that joke. I was trying to phrase it in my head, but then you said it, so I'm glad you did.
We're
Yeah.
kindred.
But this is like this is like if you get to see what the Cowardly Lion would be like with the courage, and it's funny. Yeah, I fucking love Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
There's a boss fight, Clanky, that I really want. That I really want to hear your opinions on all the bosses when you do it, because I have a lot of nostalgia for bosses 2 and 3.
Well, the only boss that I fought so far, the frog guy, he was okay.
Yeah,
He was an okay fight.
No. He might be the weakest actually.
Fair enough.
Someone threw him up in that book.
Mick would tell you otherwise, but we'll let you decide. I think we're ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. I am
Okay,
ready.
Christian.
With much love and respect
Jesus Christ.
to Resident Evil, a franchise which I hold very dear to my heart,
Okay.
I have to abandon you this time and go to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus.
Okay, Mick.
Sly.
Clanky.
Yeah, I'm coming back for Sly. I'm voting for Sly.
Graham.
You're making Chris Redfield sad.
Oh no, I don't want to do
Chris Sadfield.
that.
Baba is
Sad.
And Taylor.
Yeah, I like stealing shit. Sly.
4-1. How is this our running gag?
Because Mick said it was.
Okay. And Age of Mythology versus Mario Party 4. Anything further to say about either of these?
I'm ready to vote.
Just rip the Band-Aid.
Christian.
I'm taking a leap here and I'm saying Age of Mythology.
Mick.
Age Mythology.
Clanky.
Congratulations, Mick. Age of Mythology.
We are going.
Whoa.
Mick, Age of Mythology and Metroid Prime in the Final Four. Let's do it. Let's
Graham.
fucking do it. Let's fucking do it.
Mythology.
Taylor.
AOM sweep.
Taylor.
I'm here.
Do you have a vote?
I'm here.
My bed is in
Just
a
not going to talk
Sorry.
for a little bit.
Oh. If there's any consolation, Taylor, I'm just as shocked as you are.
I'm just as shocked as you are.
I have my qualms, but I think Mario Party 4 is a good game.
Baba
It
is sad.
Baba sounds angry.
Yeah, Baba is mad.
Baba is me?
Wait,
no.
so in the
Baba is
entire
you.
bracket, nobody voted for Mario Party 4 once
Except-
but me.
Oh
My favorite game of 2002.
And it was
Age of
just
Mythology is
you.
my favorite game of 2002.
Well, you got what you wanted, so why are you fucking bringing it up?
I didn't think it was gonna get anything.
Rub more salt in the wound. Here, have some.
Super Mario Sunshine versus Everywhere Road Trip. This is going to be hell. Anything to say about either of these?
Well, they're both vacations,
It's true. It's very, very true.
and they both have gambling.
Oh.
They both have giant roulette tables.
But I still feel like I know which one I want to vote for.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know which one you're gonna vote for.
Yeah, me too. We start with Mick.
Everywhere road trip.
Mm-hmm. Clanky.
I mean, fuck. I'm voting for Sunshine, but it's not. I want to play Everywhere Road Trip like badly.
Graham.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Taylor.
I'm just looking up the price of Everywhere Road Trip. I just want to see if it's
I
like
was doing the same thing. I was gonna buy it off of eBay.
No, I wanted to see if it was like, oh, this is like $100, but it's actually affordable.
Thank God it actually exists.
It's probably cheaper than Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine.
Oof. And Christian for posterity.
Oh, one of my favorite things about Everywhere Road Trip is the theme that plays when you enter certain buildings. It's the most awful, disgusting fucking like music box song that goes doo 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 doo. It's fucking terrible. I love it so much. It is amazing.
Okay, there's a weird twist in the myth I gotta mention. So the company that published
Everywhere Road Trip.
Everywhere Road Trip, is Road Trip Adventure the same game or is that different?
Yes, Road Trip Adventure is the European name.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you're looking for the Japanese name, it's Korokyu HG2.
Okay, yeah. Apparently in North
I
America,
bet it's
the
Venezuelan
publisher-
name.
The company that published it in North America is called Conspiracy. They are also the publishers of Data Design's games.
No, they made one good game and then went off. Road Trip Adventure was their only good game.
Okay. Battle of the Twos up here. Super Monkey Ball 2 versus Pac-Man World 2. Anything further to say about these?
This one will hurt less because, like, I know where this is going.
Oh,
This one is easy for me. In fact, I think the choice I made in the first round is going to correctly make a lot of these subsequent rounds easy. So maybe I knew what I was doing.
Okay, that worries me. If there's no other points about either of these, Mick, you're up first.
These 3 words are non-negotiable, mister. Super Monkey Ball.
Fuck.
Oh man.
Clanky.
I'm voting for Pac-Man World 2.
Oh, thank you. Graham.
Pac-Man.
Does
Taylor.
it do it?
It's Pac-Man World 2.
Hog, let's
Tristan.
go.
Pac-Man World 2.
Oh my God.
Holy
I wasn't
shit.
fucking lying
Yeah,
when I
listen,
said I would vote
I'll
for...
be real. I'm not promising it, but Pac-Man World 2 could win the bracket.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was not fucking kidding when I said I would vote for everything on this... I would vote for Pac-Man World 2 over everything on this bracket except for Metroid Prime and Everywhere Road Trip. I was not fucking kidding. This is not a
my
joke.
God.
Jordan, you found the trick. You just have to choose games like the first games that you ever played. From any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this one. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 versus Hamtaro Hams Unite. Guys,
All right.
Let's be real.
No, I don't want to be real because if we're real, then I'll get sad. Let's do the
Pac-Man World's
opposite.
probably going to win, so that's going to make you
Let's
happy.
let's do the opposite of whatever. Everyone do the opposite of what you want. Okay? I'll vote
Okay,
for
let's
Roller
not
Coaster
vote.
Tycoon, and you all vote for Hamtaro.
Wow, oh, what a great strategy.
What a move. All right. Unfortunately, we have to start with that. The person the move is not going to work on, and that's Mick.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
You see?
Listen, it could have happened.
Maybe Mick just really likes Hamtaro.
I mean, listen,
Also-
if he's not a frog guy, then then like hamsters are probably not frogs.
There's another title. Hamsters are probably not frogs.
That's also good. That's also great.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's not enough
Like-
science to support that other one.
Clanky.
Roller
Whoa,
Coaster
tears.
Tycoon 2.
Tears, guys.
Hang on. It's 2-0.
It's 2-0.
Who's voting next?
Great.
Graham.
Okay, Graham, I need you, buddy.
Ugh.
As Mick already knows, I'm untrustworthy. I'm voting for Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That's it. That's it. I'm doing it. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna do it, but here it fucking goes.
What are you doing?
I
don't know what he's doing.
That's the hamster dance.
That's
I
it.
was doing
Here, Graham.
Okay.
You pushed me to this, Graham.
There's something I'm missing because Taylor keeps saying he's going to do something and nothing is happening to me. What is
Okay,
that?
Graham.
What's going on?
Graham will announce it when it happens.
Taylor just sent me this GIF.
You know, Taylor, that's a funny gif.
That's not what happened.
That is so funny.
Taylor, that's great.
You
Good
can't prove
choice.
that. You can't prove that, Taylor.
Honestly.
I just bought Graham Duke Nukem forever.
And that's gonna make him take your side?
Bribery.
No, it's punishment.
Do you want my 48 to become a 49, Taylor? This is a threat.
You know what? You know what, Graham? Just for that.
Graham is about
just-
to add states to the U.S.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Christian, who are you voting
Oh,
for?
I'm voting for Roller Coaster Tycoon too.
Just for that,
Okay.
Graham. Take that. Now you own PGA 2K21.
You never
Oh,
knew.
games
No.
You never knew you got him.
There's
Oh,
plenty
no.
more where this came from.
Anyway.
You just have to send Mole Man in order to get gifts.
That's it, Clanky. That's it. You
Taylor,
fucking
you owe us quite a few gifts.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
start packing up your debt.
take this.
Okay, guys, we do have 40 minutes left.
Yeah, so we can
We
keep
do.
going. Let's go. Let's be
An
swift.
actual code? No
Okay.
way, dude.
Metroid Fusion versus Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Oh wait, is the vote over?
Yeah.
Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 won 4-1.
I didn't vote.
I knew what you were voting for, Taylor.
You didn't know what I was voting for.
I fucking did. Okay.
I was busy sending Clanky army men.
It's okay.
Taylor, okay.
It's okay.
All right, just- we should think
And
it's-
dangerous action pack.
Jordan, let's just move on to the next one.
Metroid
Yeah,
Fusion
let's
versus
just move.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one.
I don't think anybody has anything to say, so I hope not. Mick.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, it was my turn. Sorry, I was watching Rodan clips. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a
Okay.
joke. I have fucking Rodan clips on my other monitor.
Clanky.
This is a tough one, actually, believe it or not. So can you come back to me?
Of course I can. And Graham.
Graham.
Do you want another game, Graham?
Yeah, like I got stuck on a boss in Metroid Fusion, which I know it's not staying like much because apparently Christian like had a nuclear meltdown to a boss as a child in Destroy All Monsters.
Like, you gotta understand, this
But-
game is like bullshit playing single player.
Fucking nuclear melt.
My heart is still just saying like I haven't even played it. I played Godzilla Unleashed, which everyone says is like just like the worst one. But if I've had so much fun with Godzilla Unleashed, I know I'll have a lot of fun with Destroy All Monsters Melee. So I'll vote for Destroy All Monsters Melee.
That tears it. Here you go, Christian.
Oh, thanks. I don't know what it
What'd
is.
you give him?
I'll find out after the
Hopefully
show.
it's hidden and dangerous action pack, and we can play together.
So, wait, Taylor's vote, right?
It is.
I sense the sarcasm, Clanky. Now you get the sequel.
Yes.
Taylor, vote.
I'm voting for Metroid Fusion.
Okay. Christian.
What's the vote looking like right now, Jordan?
2-1 Godzilla.
2-1 Godzilla? Who hasn't voted yet? Clanky?
Clanky.
Clanky, have you come up with a decision?
I will if you.
Oh, well, I don't
You two wanna
know.
deliberate?
I'm kind of
You two wanna deliberate?
Clanky, if you vote for Godzilla, Taylor will send you the sequel. Again.
You know what, Clanky, I'll
You-
save you the trouble. I'm going to vote for Godzilla.
Okay. And Clanky.
Okay, I feel better voting for Fusion now.
Okay. Cool.
That was my Godzilla noise.
Oh, that was a good Godzilla
Wow, I
noise.
thought Godzilla was gonna get out round 1 losing.
This is
That's
Mick's
fucking
fault.
insane.
Mick,
All right.
fucking.
So you gotta calm down. You gotta eat a
All right.
Snickers. And
We do bottom up in this, right?
yeah,
Everywhere Road Trip
Tyler?
versus Age of Mythology.
Mick,
Yeah.
Mick.
Oh,
One of us is gonna be really upset at the end of
Oh.
this vote.
Can I just, Christian? I know how this feels. You know what? This is the fucking Fast and the Furious. The road diverges.
Now here's the thing:
Yeah.
if I lose, Mick, that means that Metroid Prime and Age of Mythology, the top 4 dream, is still alive.
Yeah.
So
All right. We start in this round with Clanky.
I'm shit. This is tough because these are 2 games that I'm very interested in playing because of the yearlies. But I think ultimately I like racing games more, so I'm voting for Everywhere Road Trip.
Wow. Graham.
1 second. Probably Age of Mythology.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Taylor.
All right, I've calmed down a little bit,
Okay, good.
ate a Snickers.
mostly because I'm running out of games to give away. But it's Everywhere Road Trip. That actually
Yeah,
sounds pretty
figured.
cool.
Christian.
With more love and
Yeah,
respect than I
do
could
the same.
possibly muster for Age of Mythology, I have to
Alright.
vote for Everywhere Road Trip.
And Mick for posterity.
Age of Mythology.
All right.
Honestly,
Super.
I wasn't expecting to get this far.
It did well. It did very well.
Did very well.
Super Monkey Ball 2
Past
versus
one
Sly Cooper.
round.
Look, in the yearlies, that's Mario Party 4 made it past
It's an
0
art.
rounds.
It's a real-time strategy game.
It
No,
beat the
alright.
shit out of Mario
And
Party
that's
4.
all I know about it.
Super Monkey Ball 2 versus Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus. Anything about either of these? Can we get to the vote?
Let's get to the vote.
Let's get to the vote.
Okay. Clanky.
I'm voting for Sly.
Mm-hmm. Graham.
I'm voting for. I think at the end of the day, I'd have more fun with Super Monkey Ball 2.
Okay. Taylor.
Slide.
Mm-hmm. Christian.
Monkey!
And Mick.
Sly.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that your Bentley impression?
Mick
Don't
does
hurt me.
a surprisingly well Bentley impression.
All right.
You know,
Hamtaro.
in a deleted Cactus Arcade bit, Mick did a Bentley impression. He's like, you know what? I don't want that. I don't want anyone to ever hear that.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right,
Fair.
I'm going back to my breathing exercises.
Hamtaro.
Really, you're going back to your breathing exercises.
Listen, he's really bad at it. He needs practice.
Yeah. Hamtaro Hamham's Knight versus Metroid Prime. Starting with Clanky.
Meh.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now because these choices, even though I wasn't expecting much from this bracket, are honestly really tough.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to Metroid.
What was that?
That was me thinking out loud. That was my brain processing the choices.
Okay. Cool. Graham.
1 second. Metroid Prime.
Okay, all right. Decompress.
Taylor.
I know. I wanted to see if Hamtaro could win, because if I thought it could win, I might have actually had to deliberate. I'll give it to Metroid.
Ooh.
Fine.
sorry,
Fine, you guys. You get
Christian.
listen. Much like Mick, Hamtaro did better than I ever
Yes.
thought.
Fair.
Christian.
Ooh, next
Christian,
round.
let's both vote for Hamtaro.
It'll be funny.
It would be funny. No,
If you do, I'll kill you.
um,
Oh wow, Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Vote.
Thanks, Graham.
Jordan, next round
Read
is going to
the-
be
read
a
the
really
message.
fun one. I'm voting for Metroid Prime.
Okay.
Read the message,
and,
Taylor.
It said, "Don't steal Mario Party."
And Mick.
Then other things
Hamtaro,
too.
Ham-Hams Unite.
It's funny.
It is
All
funny.
right.
I can't lie.
And now,
That shit is funny.
there's an outcome I'm hoping for here.
I know, me
Metroid
too.
Fusion versus Sonic Advance. We start with Clanky. Please.
I am voting for Fusion.
Graham.
Metroid Fusion. I'll vote for that over any Sonic any day of the week.
Taylor.
This is tough. Come back to me.
All right. Christian.
I gotta say, if there's one thing Sonic fans are good at, it's losing. I'm voting for Metroid Fusion.
Oh.
Wow.
Mick.
Fuck the pain away, my bed is in ruins. Sonic Advance.
And Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not going to think about it. Sonic Advance, why not? Even though Metroid Fusion might be better.
Yeah.
I was framed. Metroid. I'm mad at Metroid again.
Okay.
Round 22. What the
How do you know that I
fucking
only
legend?
steal GameCube games?
Let's do 21 first because we usually do bottom up anyway. Sonic, Sly Cooper, and Thievius,
No,
Thievius
don't
are
hurt
good. Sonic Cooper versus Everywhere Road
Sonic.
Trip.
You send me Duke Nukem and PGA Tour twice.
Yeah,
Did I? I thought I...
I think you did.
No, all 4 of those cards are unique. No. I gave you the Duke
Hold
Nukem
on.
DLC.
Graham, it is eventually going to be your
okay.
turn.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Wow. Taylor.
I am counting on my 2 pals who have played Sly because I really want to see Sly go further. I don't want it to end here. I respect Everywhere Road Trip. I do. But it's got to be
Okay.
Sly.
Christian.
Look, out of the 2 games that I have left, I would rather it not be Everywhere Road Trip. Of course, I'm going to vote for it in the hopes that it still wins anyway.
Okay. Mick.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Ah,
Let's
God.
fucking go! Let's fucking go!
Nick, I was
Thank
counting on you to say all these cool things about Sly, this game I showed you, and you said nothing this whole time.
Wow.
Clanky. Okay, first off, Clanky said everything that I would have said, and so there wasn't anything left for me to say. And also, I mean, Everywhere Road Trip doesn't even seem like it's a game that exists.
Clanky for posterity.
Yeah, I will give it to Sly at the end of the day.
Cool. All right. 3-2.
Mhm.
Folks, Metroid Fusion versus Metroid Prime.
We may never see another match like this ever again.
I think we
This
should
is
talk about this one a
crazy.
little bit.
Okay. I think we should too.
So, what we have here is a first-person shooter versus a 2D action game. Platformer, if you will.
Mhm.
It's not, but fine, we don't have time. So, I think one of these is a little more digestible, and one of these is a slower, is a slower game with bigger payoffs. Is everyone with me so far?
Mhm.
All right. So I think one game goes a little more in the direction of instilling fear, and one goes a little more in the direction of atmosphere. They both have a good sense of isolation.
Alien Isolation?
Perhaps.
I would say that I think perhaps Fusion is paced a little better because of Prime's length. I think
If I may rebuttal.
because well, hang on. I just want to say that I think because of Fusion's linearity, it is able to better restrict its backtracking, whereas Prime probably backtracks a little more. I don't know if that's a detriment yet.
Prime barely backtracks unless you're going for the Chozo artifacts.
But you have to do that. Whereas in Fusion, you don't have to go back for power-ups.
Yeah, you don't, but the overall experience of Metroid Prime is in itself, since it is more open than Fusion. Fusion has a lot of going to computers and having computers tell you where to go. And, Prime doesn't have that.
I agree.
Unless you
I do
wait for the
agree with
hints,
that.
you don't have to worry about that in Prime. And I never had the experience you had, Taylor, of getting lost. I was easily able to find where I was supposed to go. I think it's one of those things where the power-ups you get guide you along a suggested path.
I am still going to say I think Samus
is a little. I think the power ups in Fusion and controlling Samus in Fusion feels a little better, and I think a lot of that is because you have a higher jump. You get a space jump. I love the space jump, which is just infinite, infiniteness. Not that Prime doesn't control. Listen, these are both good games. I just think I think Fusion captures a more fast-paced atmosphere, perhaps.
And that can be absolutely fair. One thing that I love about Metroid Prime is that there are like these million fucking scannable objects in the environment, and you can just go around with your visor and scan everything, and you can just learn about the world. You just learn about everything about the Chozo and what they were doing on the planet, and about what these space pirate facilities are doing here. Teasers, hints, funny dialogue. It's all
and
here
that's
in the
not a
scan
Taylor
dialogue.
thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying it for everyone else to get everyone else.
No, I know. That's why Mick is going to vote for Prime. But, has anyone else played both of these? No.
Do you want better? I've played neither.
Okay.
God, same. High five.
I assume Graham, you have not played Prime?
I'm not.
Okay. Prime probably has the better boss fights.
Definitely so.
Prime
might have the better soundtrack.
Maybe. I
has a better Ridley's theme. That thing is kick ass.
I don't think the soundtrack is particularly.
Chozo Ruins is one of the most relaxing things you can just put on at any moment. It's great.
Yeah, music taste is subjective. So
yeah, that's fair. I'm ready to vote.
All right. Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Cool.
I played Metroid Fusion.
Okay. Taylor.
Come back to me.
Christian.
Metroid Prime.
Mick.
Come back to me.
All right. Clanky.
You see, this is tough, but I do ultimately think that if I did play both of these games, I'd probably enjoy Fusion more. Okay. So I'm going to vote for Fusion.
Is 2-1 Fusion. We're back to Taylor.
Go back to Mick.
Okay, Mick.
Hey, Taylor, do you want me to make your life easier or hard?
I want you to pick the thing that you would enjoy playing more.
I don't know.
I have more nostalgia for Fusion.
I'm voting for Prime.
Okay.
I may say some last words. I don't usually do this very often, but I really, really like Metroid Prime. And, like, this game fucking changed my entire outlook at a time when things were not very good. And I can't stress enough how much I want all of you to play Prime so fucking bad. And, like, it's one of those things where, like...
You know what I think happened, Christian?
What?
I think I prefer 2D Metroid to 3D Metroid.
And I get it. I totally get that. And a lot of you are going to prefer 2D Metroid to 3D. I prefer 3D to 2D. It's totally a preference thing, but just... We don't have that much time. I'll just say, go play Metroid Prime. It is, in some cases, it could even be a life-changing experience to experience a game like this. In the same way that I described Spider-Verse earlier, in the same way I described Breaking Bad earlier, this is, I believe, to be up to those calibers. And
the new big three, Shonen Jump.
So, I'm going to writhe in immense suffering for the next 10 minutes. Let's keep voting.
Okay. Super Mario Sunshine versus Pac-Man World 2.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, this round.
We start with Graham.
At the end of the day, I think I played more Pac-Man World 2.
Cool. Taylor.
That, yeah. Well, I may not have played more Pac-Man World 2, to be honest, but I've beaten it, and, yeah, I could play, but Pac-Man World 2. For right now, cool. Pac-Man World 2.
Christian.
Pac-Man World 2.
What the fuck? I was counting on you guys to be, hi, you funny Mario game, like you always are. And then suddenly it's like, no, Pac-Man World 2 is the greatest game that's ever been made.
Mick. Mario does terribly in these brackets. What are you talking about?
Well, Super Mario Odyssey, I think, made it to 4th place. No, that was Hatton's Time made it to 4th place. Never mind.
Yeah, no, Odyssey did terribly.
Mick.
I'm voting for Sunshine.
Clanky.
I'm just shocked that a game that I've never heard of is doing so.
It's like a very, but like I will say, Mick, that I'm having a very tough time choosing between these two games. And I chose Sunshine. It was my top pick. I love that game. I think Sunshine etches it out just a little bit because of the Bing Bing Wahoo Man. I just love him too much.
3-2, Pac-Man World.
Did you just do Crazy Frog?
Yes, he did.
No, that's Mario. He says Bing Bing Wahoo.
So does Crazy Frog. Now we can do Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 versus Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. We start again with Graham.
Oh no. There goes Tokyo.
Oh, go Godzilla! Sorry, I'm done.
Gotta be Godzilla.
Taylor.
This isn't tough. Roller Coaster Tycoon, too.
Yeah. Christian.
Godzilla can die here. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Mick.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. However, I do want to say, you can watch Rodan from 1954 for free on YouTube.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm watching it right now.
After Hops, we're going to watch Rodan's.
Yes, we are.
I'm
already watching Rodan.
I would love to watch Rodan.
Sure.
I don't even know what it is, and I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
And Clanky.
I'm voting for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
4-1. Okay. Okay. Super Mario Sunshine versus Metroid Fusion. The voting order has shifted. It is now Taylor's start.
Oh boy.
I thought that was Bird again.
It kind of was, but also me.
All right.
Listen, there's something to be said that I've never been like, I gotta go back and finish Mario Sunshine, and I'm probably I'm probably not being fair. I'm probably only thinking of the worst stuff when there is so much good stuff. But then I think about Metroid Fusion, where I don't have a whole lot of problems, and it's just like I could just think of all the more Mario games I might enjoy more, and the Sandbird.
It's not that bad.
Hell, you tell childhood Taylor that.
Childhood Taylor has a skill issue.
You tell Taylor, who went and found game facts to figure out how to get past it.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
I think it's Metroid Fusion.
Okay. Christian.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Mick.
Bing Bing Wahoo!
Clanky.
Bing Bing Me Too.
And Graham.
Metroid Fusion.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
3-2.
Yeah, that rhymed too.
Yeah. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee versus Everything Road Trip.
I mean, these are basically the same game.
Everything Road Trip. That's a much bigger game.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Everything Road Trip as the space unfolds around your car.
Eternal Road Trip.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Sanity's Requiem.
Okay.
Everywhere Road Trip, The Masquerade Bloodlines.
Taylor, please go.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
And Knuckles.
Sorry, what is that a reference to?
It's a reference to Dante from the
For
Devil
the
May
Devil
Cry.
May Cry series. I don't know how much clearer I could have made it.
No,
There's a lot of
There was a sticker on a video game that said it was featuring
actually
Dante from the
a
Devil May Cry
reference-
series.
Okay, good.
It's
Thank
actually
you.
it's a reference to
Mick will be
Divine
giving me a
Comedy.
straight answer.
It is a reference to Divine Comedy. It's true.
Yeah, I like.
Christian.
They're a cool band. I like National Express.
What is it, Taylor?
No one will get that but Mick. Taylor's turn.
Christian, be honest with me, and I don't want no funny stuff. Can
Okay.
you destroy Tokyo and Everywhere Road Trip?
You cannot.
Good. I'm voting for that one.
Awesome. Can't
I
complain.
like Tokyo.
Can't fucking complain about that. Tokyo's not even in this fucking game. Everywhere Road Trip?
So it's Christian's turn.
Yeah, Everywhere Road Trip?
Everywhere
Okay.
Road Trip.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Everywhere Road Trip.
Mick.
Fuck it. Everywhere road trip sweep.
Fourth place.
Clanky.
Everything road trip.
And Graham.
I'm sorry. They say he's got to go. I'm voting for Godzilla.
I think the greatest gift I could possibly receive after having Metroid Prime get bopped was having Everywhere Road Trip make it to the top 4. That makes it all. That makes it all mostly worth it.
What
mostly
a top 4 this is! This is insane. I would have called
This is
one
quite
of
the
these.
top 4.
I would've called one
Interesting.
of these, and it was Super Mario Sunshine, but the other ones, oh my god. Okay. Super Mario Sunshine versus Everywhere Road Trip.
Okay, we can bop it.
All right.
Now. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. It made it to number 4. It's fine.
All right. Well,
I'm still
it's
voting
still
for
got a
it,
lot
but
of
like
pull.
you do you.
Hang on, let me just see. How many have we done? I
think
think
we only
it's
did 2 since we
it's still
switched.
Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor.
Have I voted for Super Mario Sunshine once this whole bracket?
I
Does
haven't
anyone
checked.
know? I'm
Editor
gonna
Neil put it
look
here.
back. I do like this game. I probably, in fact, listen. Some might argue when I look back at this, I probably should have voted for it more. I do like this game, and I do need to beat this game, and I'm voting for this game.
Okay.
But fuck the pachinko level, fuck the Sandbird, fuck most of Pianta Village, fuck some of Noki Bay,
Fuck the lily pad and the poison ass river fucking challenge. That piece of shit sucked.
and fuck the
Christian.
blue coins.
In Road
Chris.
Trip Adventure. Sorry, Everywhere
Mhm.
Road Trip. I'm so used to calling it Road Trip
And
Adventure.
fuck the pain away. My bed
Beds
is in
and
ruins.
ruins. Need you in my face. In Everywhere Road Trip, you can get your car wings and rocket boosters, and you can fly. I have to go with Everywhere Road Trip.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Mario Sunshine has the rocket nozzle.
It does.
I just want to say that if the algorithm would allow me to, I would call this video "Fuck the Pain Away."
Fuck the pain away.
You could
You
use
call
the
it-
second
you could
line,
call it
my
fuck.
bed is in ruins.
Or you use the censored version that's actually in Frontiers too.
Yeah.
Which I think
Okay.
is Fight
Sure.
the Pain Away.
Jordan, you could do fuck the pain away.
Yes, I can do "Fuck the Pain Away." Mick.
Everywhere road trip.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Mick, I just want you to know you're responsible for whatever happens next.
What? Everywhere road trip winning?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I'd be then
can.
Mick. I'd have to thank you.
Clanky.
I do want Everywhere Road Trip to go far, but I do love Mario Sunshine.
Come on, Clanky, it'll be funny.
It would be hysterical, but yippee! Woohoo!
Look, I think
I'm
we'd have a better
voting-
chance with Graham than
Which
Clanky on
means
this one.
it's up to you, Graham.
I played Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
But isn't that more the reason why you should vote for Everywhere
Nick.
Road Trip?
Listen, you're gonna watch this later, and you're going to recognize that this was the correct outcome.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I don't like driving
I
in
would
real life.
fucking
Why would
say-
I like driving in a video game?
My
You should
bracket,
gamble.
my bracket would have my
I don't
top
like
3
road
games
trips.
in the top 3. That's the correct bracket. My bracket.
Why would I
Assume
thank
Graham.
you? So Pac-Man World 2 can win?
Yeah, because that'd be awesome.
I don't care about Pac-Man World 2.
Well, that sounds like
Oh.
the only people who don't care about
Mick,
Pac-Man World
you-
2 have
You don't
never
care about
played
most
it.
games.
All right, Graham. Just to confirm, what was your vote?
Super Mario Sunshine.
I figured. Okay. Sorry, Everywhere Road Trip or Everything Road Trip.
Look, it made it to 4th.
Um,
That's like further than it's ever done anything in its entire life.
Okay.
There will
Pac-Man.
never be a better standing for every road trip in anyone's listings ever.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Beat fucking Sly Cooper. Like, holy shit. What the fuck?
I know. What the fuck was that?
So, Pac-Man World 2 versus Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Huh.
This I think is all right. You had a good run, buddy.
No, don't say anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
Nick, do you want to sell Roller Coaster Tycoon a little?
It's gonna win.
Sure. You
Give
can...
me 1 minute.
The, okay. Here so one of the scenery objects in the game is a skeleton with a top hat, lying seductively and tipping its hat to you. You could just fill the entire map with just those skeletons.
I want to get off of
it.
I want to get off of Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Oh, I was gonna mention the meme, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I stole the meme from you. I'm sorry.
No, I said I wasn't gonna mention it. Yeah.
Oh.
In Pac-Man 2, you can do an ice level while Christian doxes himself.
I don't remember this.
You can dox yourself in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 as well.
Yeah. It's very easy to dox yourself. Watch.
And again, it was written in assembly.
It's written in assembly.
By one guy.
Dude. I'm pretty sure one guy made everywhere road trip.
Yeah, I think so too.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is an experience that you can't really get anywhere else. There's no game quite like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, with the exception
Of Roller
of Roller
Coaster
Coaster
Tycoon
Tycoon
1.
1.
3. Oh.
Look,
But-
Jordan, I'm with you. I'm a 3 stan.
I don't hate 3, but it's a very different game.
It's
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't have
3D.
2 at the end.
Yeah. My point being is that there's a lot of other,
3D platformers.
yeah. But there's only one Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Hey, there's only one Pac-Man World 2, too.
That sounds.
Yeah, there's also
Pac-Man World
only
2, too.
there's also only one Everywhere Road Trip, and we see how far that got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
you tried to
no.
get it further.
There's actually 3 everywhere road trips. There's Everywhere Road Trip Adventure, and Koro Q HD 2. So
No,
actually
I'll rip my penis off with a hammer then, okay?
All right.
I may come. Can you please insert the Al Pacino? I may
Oh,
come.
absolutely.
I may come.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
I'm ready to vote.
One last thing.
Alright.
One last thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd just like to say. You can hire 50 people, mascots dressed as pirates, place them in an island in the middle of nowhere, and just have them slowly die.
I thought you were going to say, and set the island ablaze.
You can do that too, actually.
Clowns on
All right.
fire.
All right,
Anyway,
let's do this.
okay. Taylor.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Christian.
With much love and respect to Thrillville Off the Rails, I'm going to vote for Pac-Man World 2.
Hey, Thrillville Off the Rails is a delightful game.
Did I say it was bad? Did I ever say it was bad? Is it not
He's
going to
giving
be?
love and respect to it.
Is it not going to be an honorable mention in a later Yearlies?
You tell me.
Mick.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Clanky.
I love Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I'm voting for Pac-Man.
Graham.
Like yesterday, I was like, "Man, it's gonna suck. I have to vote against Pac-Man World 2 at some point." Luckily, that hasn't happened yet. Pac-Man World 2.
This is insane.
Taylor.
Did Pac-Man World 2 just win the bracket?
No, it won.
Yeah,
it
but
won, yeah.
it's gonna win the bracket.
Well, we don't know that.
I do, because if you look at what's going up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right.
So, listen, there's a little part of me that the further Pac-Man World 2 has gotten, the more I've
How
come
good
to
is this game? Can't be that good.
You were there when they played it.
No. Hang on. Here's the thing. Mick is. I kind of get what Mick is. Here's the thing. I love this game. I'm starting to regret it getting this far just slightly.
Oh, fuck off.
Just no. Come on, Jordan. My only thing is, I'm starting to think about. Oh wait, don't I fucking hate so much of the second half of this game? But I love the first half so much. So it's just a little weird to think about. Like Pac-Man World 2 is a game that has many flaws. I still love it to death, anyways. So I'll be very pleased with whatever happens. But
I wouldn't even say that the second half is like necessarily that bad. It's just the Blinky fight that's
The
all.
Blinky fight and the
think the
3 scuba
lava-
levels afterwards are all
to
bad.
be honest, I think that I think some of the lava stages aren't great. Like there's this
I love the lava
slide.
stages.
No, there's this slide
that
towards
slide's
the end.
bullshit, but the rest of the stage is fine.
Yeah, and then it's just like when you remember you have lives, it can be a little frustrating.
But you can beat Blinky with 5 lives. I proved it.
All right, well, since it's 3-1, I'll give one to Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Taylor, and I might even cut this out, but let's just acknowledge that the moment you realized one of my wild card picks was going to win, you chose that moment to turn on it.
I didn't do that to hurt you, Jordan. I'm just
I know you
thinking.
didn't. My heart is broken.
Jordan, it's okay. Let's
I'm mostly playing it up. Don't worry.
We have to mend our broken hearts, Jordan.
I don't, you scared me when you said I might cut this out.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know how you would take it.
Like, hang on. I'm going to tell him he's a real piece of shit and I don't want to be his friend.
No.
All right, let's
Fucking say that on camera. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 versus Super Mario Sunshine, essentially playing for second place. We start with Christian.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Mick.
Tycoon.
Clanky.
Yippee!
Graham.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Taylor.
I'm going to stand by my convictions. I won't let Mick be alone. I'll vote for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Which means the final two is Super Mario Sunshine versus Pac-Man World 2. We've already seen this. We're going to do it again because this is the final vote. Starting with Christian.
Okay. This is final vote. I like to ham it up a little bit. The only people who don't understand Pac-Man World 2 have never played it.
I've never tasted his butt cheeks.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about Pac-Man World 2. I really don't. You asked me why I like this game. I don't think I'd be able to give you an actually good answer. But the same can kind of be applied to Sunshine.
You have to understand how that sounds to me right now.
The same can kind of be applied to Sunshine because I think Sunshine made me want to rip all of the skin off my face whenever I played it. So it's really tough between the two, but at the end of the day, I was decided on Pac-Man World 2 for a while, because like I said, there is nothing on this bracket that I would vote over Pac-Man World 2 except
Other
for
than
Metroid
Metroid
Prime and Everywhere Road Trip, which are both dead.
Yes. Wow. Mick.
You decide, Jordan. I'm watching Rodan.
I'm going to take that as a vote for Super Mario Sunshine.
Sure, cool. Let's go with that.
And unless Taylor votes for Super Mario Sunshine, then I'll make
Can I
it a
vote for
vote
Rodan instead?
Yeah. We're starting another coup.
I'll put in a little icon for Rodan for you.
Thank you.
But I have.
So is this only going to have 4 votes? That might be problematic.
No, he voted
All right.
for Sunshine.
Sunshine, yeah. Clanky.
You come back to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, whatever. Graham.
Underwater Graham?
Singing Pac-Man World 2's main theme from a helicopter?
Hello?
Hello.
Am I here?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Pac-Man World 2.
Okay.
Back
Taylor.
to Clanky.
Well, it was a good pipe dream for a little while. Do what you want. Seriously, I don't care anymore. Y'all can have fun. Any one of these is a great winner.
I agree.
Clanky.
Y'all said
It's my. I thought I was going last.
I don't know yet.
Taylor,
So
would
yeah,
I like you to go?
Oh.
Do you want to deliberate, Clanky?
I really like Pac-Man World 2.
We have
which is
1
the issue.
minute.
You're
We
right.
have
You're
1
right.
minute.
Oh yeah, we do have 1 minute.
I'm gonna be a swing state and vote for Pac-Man World 2. Actually.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing to do.
Give him
Someone.
another game.
Please get me out of this fucking ball. I said Pac-Man World 2 last time. I meant it. Pac-Man World 2.
Okay, which means for the second.
Wow, I can't believe it won the fucking bracket. What a fucking
Neither
terrible
can I.
Incredible.
Guys, for the second time ever, one of my wild cards has won the whole thing. And I will say, I put up the Stanley Parable because I knew you guys would do it. I knew you guys would love that one. This is the first time that a pick that I've really thought of is like, you know what? I like this game. Is one that actually is one, and I'm proud of this pick.
Yeah, and make
Means
sure
you can't complain ever again. when one of yours
Well, you know I
dies.
will.
Make
You
sure,
know I will.
Make sure you
Oh, wait,
end
wait,
the bracket,
fuck.
Jordan.
I just did.
Oh, did it? It's not showing me the standings. Where is it? Where's the standings?
Sometimes you have to
Oh,
refresh.
there
for
we
that.
go. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Pac-Man World 2. Everywhere
like that
road
is-
trip at 4th.
I think I could be wrong with this, but I think unless we count like how compromises work or everything, Jordan now has officially he officially has more things that won the bracket than I did.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I think it's very interesting.
Have I gotten anything to win?
You got
Dark
Portal 2.
Souls
Dark
and
Souls.
Portal 2.
Dark Souls 3.
I was
Oh
Portal
no,
2.
was Dark Souls 3 mine? Because if
Dark
it is,
Souls
then
3
me
was
and
yours, Clanky. It was yours.
then, yeah, okay, then me and Jordan are tied.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if we're talking about soul... No, I can't talk about this. Somebody needs to do an outro, and then I need to go. So, yeah.
All right. We
No
are
outro. Just end it.
approaching the end. We're approaching the end of 2006.
Swing.
Play the entirety of Rodan.
We've had a delightful time. Memories were had. Mix were pissed, and honestly, nothing really has changed. I think the takeaway from all of this is that we're so grateful for you all for watching. Here are some more videos. Here are some links based off things we probably said in the video. And we will see you next time for 2003.
And
we love you.
The one takeaway from all of this is that it should have been Metroid Prime, baby! It should have been Metroid Prime at #1, you son of a bitch!
Coward.
Fuck the pain away.